Rohit Sharma. And immediately testing him in that area where Rohit Sharma has been found wanting in the past. Seeing a different Rohit Sharma here. He's letting the ball go a lot more.
A hint of outswing as well from Dale Steyn. Good areas for Rohit Sharma.
South Africa 1-0 up, but it's very, very hot in Indore, almost as hot as it was in Kanpur. 2 slips. Gets it nicely over the middle of the bat.
I think one area that South Africa have struggled of late is taking wickets up front, and it's not always an easy thing in India. And the new ball comes onto the bat beautifully, maybe doesn't have the bounce or seam movement that you see in other parts of the world. So as an opening batter, you can afford to take 1 or 2 more risks up front in the power play. And I expect AB de Villiers to use Dale Steyn and Kagiso Rabada to see if there is a little bit of shape or an opportunity to swing the ball. And then the best bowler South Africa, fast bowler South Africa has at left-handers is Morne Morkel. So I think if there's not a lot of swing up front, you'll probably see AB de Villiers. Well, I think he should turn to Morne Morkel pretty quickly to try and knock over Shikhar Dhawan. And I think as we saw in Kanpur, that wicket, he came on a little bit later and managed to knock over Shikhar Dhawan. So I think he's South Africa's best option against the left-handers.
Starting the low 130s in terms of speed is Dale Steyn. We've seen that in a while. With the new ball, he tends to swing it around and then cranks it up a little later.
He's getting a hint of swing there. That's because he's dropped a little bit of pace. And South Africa will be looking for some early wickets, like Graham mentioned. Both teams haven't been able to manage to get early wickets, and it's always a challenge in India, especially for the faster bowlers, to get early wickets up front. AB de Villiers bolstering the slip quadrant with a 3rd slip coming in.
What he's also done is, since he's getting that ball to swing well, he's left the onside open. He's got a man down at long leg, a man down at 3rd man, but 2 slips in the gully and maybe a wide 3rd slip.
Yeah, it's a nice aggressive attacking move from South Africa. When you do this, you've got to make sure your bowler's mindset is really good. I don't ever want Dale Steyn to be predictable, that a batsman can work out, he's going to go line and length, try and swing it away from you. I think he must run in, he can swing the ball at pace, but a batsman must know that he's still going to use his short ball. And that's a key factor. You don't want to become predictable, and Dale Steyn with this field must still have the confidence to use his short ball against Rohit Sharma.
And off the mark. It's very quick down there at mid-off, but it was a very awkward throw, so the single is on the board. 1 for no loss after 1 over. So a bit of movement for Dale Steyn up front, and I think he's going with Kagiso Rabada with the new ball. But South Africa have shown that the game to take the aggressive option early on. Rabada gets the new ball. He'll be full of confidence. Just 20 years old. Best of 6 for 16. Already a hat-trick against Bangladesh in there. 13 wickets. Economy is excellent. Dream start to his international career. Still a couple of slips. As usual, he's got a 3rd man and a long leg, proper 45-degree long leg out. Oh dear. Rohit Sharma and... You could do a long-running serial. Rohit Sharma and running between wicket.
I really believe it's those, when he hits the ball, he always takes those 2 or 3 strides up the wicket that makes the opposite, as we see there, just those 2 or 3 strides, creates that doubt for his partner. And as we see, Shikhar having to dive in there. Never nice to dirty yourself early on as a batter. You like to be nice and clean.
Now he hits the gap. Not timed as well as he normally does.
A.B. de Villiers there, diving in, ensuring that India only got 2 runs there. Good shot on the up from Rohit.
Just a little slip. I mean, he's hitting the ball beautifully, but there's all the little flutter when he's running between wickets too. He's dominated India's batting in this little series so far. Before this game, he'd made 278 at a strike rate of 124. Rest of the team, 272. See, extras have contributed a bit, 7%. If it was a coalition government, the extras would be handy. But that just tells you what an impact he's had on this series already. He's not ended up on the winning side yet, though. Oh, what a ball! What a start to the innings! This man can do no wrong. This young fast bowler that South Africa have got is a gem.
That's a fantastic delivery from Rabada. He kept bowling length to Rohit and changed for this particular delivery. And it was bowled at a much quicker pace. Bowling full and into Rohit.
There's a little bit of pad. He won't be making 47% of the runs today. Rohit Sharma has gone early for just 3. And South Africa have made a dream start on a hot day here in Indore. It's 3 for 1. And Rohit Sharma has made all 3 of those. With all that discussion about the Indian batting order, it will be Ajinkya Rahane at 3. Kagiso Rabada with his tail up.
Just what South Africa were looking for, an early wicket. As we said, haven't struck with a new ball too much of late. The big wicket of Rohit Sharma did him for pace and angle. Rohit Sharma planting his foot slightly. It's done by Rabada with a little bit of extra pace and the inward angle. And a big wicket for the South African team. Rohit Sharma, the in-form player for India of late. Pressure shifts to Ajinkya Rahane and Shikhar Dhawan.
What an over. 3 for 1, India after 2. His first over was only about 132, 133, Dale Steyn. Let's see if he cranks it up a little bit here. Ooh, there's a bit of bounce in there as well. He's dug it in straight away up to 140. He's cranking it up.
Yeah, good to see. Clear tactic they use against Shikhar is a short ball. I know in the time that I played against him, we felt that it was an opportunity against him early on, especially caught fine leg, often pulls up in the air. So I think you'll see Dale Steyn target that off stump, hope for a little bit of swing, but then you also mix it up with a short ball.
They did target Shikhar Dhawan even in Kanpur, but this one has a little more bounce than Kanpur.
Bit of wait and see. They go through eventually. Oh dear. No, it's not for faint hearts, this Indian running.
So it's not just when Rohit is at the crease. The Indian running between wickets has been really indecisive.
Tell you what, it's been an exciting start to the match so far. It's all happening. Run out opportunities. The big wicket of Rohit Sharma. Some good fast bowling from the South African team. Played superbly well by Dale Steyn, and the young Kagiso Rabada carrying on the confidence he gained out of Kanpur.
What timing! It must feel good as a batsman to do that, because you know it's headed to the boundary and you know the cameras are on you, so you can pose too.
It used to drive me insane when a batter posed like that as a captain. But a beautiful shot on the up through the offside, just showing you how good the surface is. Beautiful shot from Shikhar Dhawan, middle of the bat, and it flew through extra cover for 4.
It's an appeal from Rabada. Given not out. End of the over, 8 for 1.
Kagiso Rabada, and Daniel, you're right, the confidence he must have gained out of that last game to be immense. Great shot.
He's gone through with it on the rise against Dale Steyn. Ajinkya Rahane gets off the mark in a fairly dramatic style.
Just on the up there, Rahane, stand and deliver. Didn't bother keeping the ball down.
How's that for a first scoring shot after 6 dot balls? Oh, a little bit of a play and a miss. This is a very good opening spell. There's also very, very close call in the last over against Shikhar Dhawan from Kagiso Rabada. So there's a lot happening if you're a South African supporter.
Dale Steyn had the additional fielder for Rohit Sharma. A gully, a sort of a fourth slip. But for Ajinkya Rahane, he prefers to have a square leg and then just 2 slips.
Slight crowd trouble there. Ajinkya Rahane wants the movement around the side screen to seize that part of the ground. Last ball of the previous over, Kagiso Rabada thought there might have been a second number against his name in the wickets column. Alim Dar said no. He swung it into Shikhar Dhawan. This was the last ball of the previous over. Again, a bit of a play and a miss from Ajinkya Rahane. So he's hit 1 on the rise and missed 2, so quite eventful. Goes through with it. What an over this is turning out to be. 4 miss 4.
Just a bit wide and short, and Ajinkya Rahane just threw his hands at it. Again, did not bother keeping the ball down. 1 bounce 4.
It's like a boxing match. And this out through the onside. If you're a purist, you'd like this one the best of the 3. 3 boundaries for Ajinkya Rahane.
Dale Steyn looking to compensate for the wide delivery that he bowled the previous ball, but a bit too straight for Ajinkya Rahane, and beautifully deflected through mid-wicket for another boundary.
Like with all class players, the ball just leaves the bat differently. There's so much on it when it left the bat. What an over. Bit in the air, but there was no one around. So 12 of the over, it's 20 for 1. People sitting in the dressing room at times like these are nearly thinking, oh, come on, gotta move on.
Well, not really. I think, credit should be given to the bowlers as well. Rabada has bowled brilliantly, varied his length very effectively and also at pace. And Shikhar Dhawan, I think he's looking to hit the ball hard rather than just wait for the ball to come onto him. He's always gone after the bowling, and then that's something which he's done consistently for India. But on the surface, perhaps he just needs to hang back and then wait for it.
Will beat the fielder on this electric outfielder at Indore.
Great shot from Shikhar Dhawan. One thing we've seen so far on the surface is any bit of width has disappeared. So all the bowlers need to be nice and tight and off stump. Whenever they've offered a little bit of width outside, the batsmen have capitalised. We see there. Great shot. Hands through the ball. Enough power to get past AB de Villiers at a wide mid-off.
get the single. He moved well with the shot. The single is always on. The packed house. There's a game coming here to Indore after a long time, and you can sense that excitement everywhere you go. When the South Africans found that yesterday when they came to practice as well. Look what they've done. Well, this is the moving selfie. Well done.
A selfie video, I think, Harsha.
It trumped you, Anil.
He's enjoying it there.
It's a good ball again. We'll dig it out for a single. So 6 coming off that over. 8 gone now. It's 30 for 1.
Bit of a partnership building up. Rahane has gone over the infield. Will run away to the boundary. There have been some loose deliveries. Every time the ball's been outside off stump, full or short, he's gone after that. Good afternoon to Sunil Gavaskar and Sean Pollock.
Good afternoon, LS. Good afternoon, everybody. That's another fine shot from a batsman who unfortunately has to prove his credentials over and over again. Despite scoring heavily in all forms of the game, he is one man who's always the one who's left out of the 11. This is a terrific shot.
It's a very good batting conditions, but I have to say South Africa bowled well. He's conceded 6 boundaries so far, otherwise a lot of dot balls.
Last delivery was a good change up from Morne Morkel, just the off cutter. 128 kilometers per hour. It's going to be more of the same for South Africa going forward. Looks like a really good pitch. And there's been balls that have offered any width or been short of a length. The batsmen have been able to cash in. The variations will be the key for the bowlers going forward.
Played late, hitting the toe end of the bat. He is a rotating strike. Rahane hasn't had any problems as his partner struggling to rotate strike at the moment. It's a very good batting take. Sunil Gavaskar is there down the pitch side. Sean Pollock, you there? Would you like to bowl on this?
Always loved the challenge, Siva. Bowl on anything. Once I'd have been successful, but I would have tried.
That's where the variations come into play, isn't it? Different kinds of deliveries. Like you mentioned, not predictable as a bowler.
So knowing when to bowl them. Change of field. So Morne Morkel has come around to Shikhar Dhawan so far today. It's deciding to stay over this time. Hind leg comes into the circle. Man back at square leg on the boundary. Oh no, there's another disturbance. And that's the worst thing. It's hot out there for a bowler. It's very hot. And you have to run in extra time without being able to deliver the ball. It can become just a touch frustrating. You're hot under the collar already because of the conditions. This adds to the woes.
I also mentioned in the last match that he's lengthened his run-up, Morne Morkel.
Yeah, he has. He's just decided to try and get a little bit of momentum and get a little bit more relaxed at the crease. Current temperature 35 degrees Celsius, humidity 18. Now I would suggest the colour of what you see in the sunshine there is more what the players are feeling. Somewhere near 45. The stinker.
Again the cutter. Looking to run his fingers over the seam. In the stock delivery, they'll come onto the bat nicely. A lot of bowlers will realise they've got to try something different.
He hasn't got any protection, has he? So he wants to be as straight as possible. Doesn't want to offer too much pace, so he'll mix it up. It's so much bounce that even when he bowls a cutter, it's difficult delivery to get away from Morne Morkel.
Because the extra bounce that he gets, being so tall. That's a good line to somebody like a Shikhar Dhawan. You've got a lot of fielders on the offside. Shikhar Dhawan likes a little bit of it. He's been straight right through this over.
It's a good comeback, isn't it, from Moni Morkel after being hit for a boundary off the first ball. Very, very good comeback. He's bowling at a good clip as well, bowling at more than 140 kilometers per hour. Just short of a length. Not giving too much room though. This is easy. Really, really easy. Because AB de Villiers has stayed a little wider. 39 for 1.
It is a great shot, isn't it, Sonny? As you mentioned, the field has been set. They know he plays so productively square of the wicket. This one not really a half volley, but hit on the up by Shikhar Dhawan and beautifully placed straight down the ground. That is quality. Also shows the nature of this pitch. You get yourself in here, I think you can go nice and big and be nice and aggressive.
And India made 3 changes. Akshar Patel, Harbhajan Singh and Mohit Sharma coming in for Stuart Binny, Ashwin and Mishra. South Africa unchanged. Winning combination being maintained. (11 overs bowled, 48 for 1. Change in bowling. JP Duminy. Half tracker, just clearing the man at short mid wicket. Pounces onto that Shikhar Dhawan very quickly.
Easy. Warm-up delivery, loose delivery, halfway down the pitch. Ample time for Shikhar Dhawan to pick his spot.
And brings up the 50 for India. 52 for 1.
Now the full toss. So the temperatures here, 50 partnership comes up. That's good for India. They'll have to carry on the good work. Talking about the short delivery and the full toss. Sweaty palms. 36 degrees Celsius.
That's not the ideal way to start, is it, Siva?
That's when you start to think in a negative fashion most of the time, especially being a part-timer.
What's going through your captain's mind as well? Got you on. There's a left-hander in strike. I thought I'd give you that opportunity. He's an experienced campaigner, Duminy. He'll be trying to calm himself down, just try and find a little bit of rhythm as quickly as possible.
Another low full toss. Now India will have to target him. He is a part-timer, not a frontline spinner. And also hasn't had the best of starts. Good time for Shikhar Dhawan to get his strike rate better. He's going at 70 at the moment. Dominant side edge, full length delivery, decided to hang on to the back foot. There is the fielder in the deep with just a single for Shikhar Dhawan.
This was the delivery earlier. It was the inside edge onto the pad, nearly dragged it back onto the stumps. He was hanging back there, was Shikhar Dhawan, looking to maybe score off the back foot, looking for another drag down delivery from Duminy. That's dangerous to try and preempt what the bowler's going to do.
Superb. Lovely hands and great bit of fielding. Saved a certain boundary there for Farhan Behruddin. Ending the over, it's 57 for 1.
It's a good over for India. 9 runs coming from it. Vella felt a bit of relief when they saw the ball in the hands of JP Duminy. They had a couple of testing overs from the new ball attack of the South Africans.
Much needed partnership after the early loss of Rohit Sharma. Rahane batting at 3. Number 3 once again has done well. In the short delivery into the ribcage, we saw the one delivery that he pitched up a couple of overs ago. Glorious shot straight down the ground from Shikhar Dhawan. After that, I don't think he's going to get anything up to him.
I think that last over was a bit concerning for the South Africans. JP Duminy and Ahad Behardien are sharing the 10 overs as the 5th bowler. And they were worried about maybe being targeted as their 5th bowling option. Well, they didn't really have to target too much from that first over. Duminy, yes, we all sometimes start off badly and produce the bad 6 deliveries. We'll be hoping that he turns it around quickly.
Yesterday, Sean Pollock at the ground, working with Morne Morkel. You survived the heat, did you?
To come work on my own game, I have to bowl some balls in a few weeks' time. But yeah, he just asked me to have a look. Him and Charles Langefeld asked me to have a look. I took a bit of video footage. Now that you're in the media, you need to use all the technology that's available, Siva. And we just had a little chat about just a small little adjustment to his action.
Gone. That was ball a little slower. And there you are. The coaching has worked. Sean Pollock's coaching of Morne Morkel, telling him to bowl that slower delivery, has worked. It's a slower delivery. Bowled at 126 kilometers per hour. That has got the wicket of Shikhar Dhawan. On to you, Sean.
I can't claim that one. Sorry, Sonny. But it's a good variation. He's changed it up. He's cut across it. Siva talked about the beautiful straight drive he played earlier on in the piece. This time he hasn't got to the pitch of it. He's leaning back with his weight and he just chips it to JP Duminy. The second wicket is down. Dhawan goes for 23. India 59 for 2.
Shikhar Dhawan, the man dismissed for 23 of 34. Virat Kohli got plenty overs to pace his innings. In outstanding. Great average combined with the strike rate. Been absolutely great over the years. Batting at number 3, number 4, strike rate close to 90, average about 50. It's a great opportunity for Virat Kohli. Good batting conditions. Who slips in position straight away? Looking for the outside edge. AB de Villiers on the attack.
And I like this. This is an opportunity to try and pick up a quick 3rd wicket.
Welcome to the crease. Shikhar Dhawan, the last man dismissed. His front leg goes down the pitch. Angle is going to take the ball away from the left-hander. There's a big gap. Look at where his front leg is and where he placed the ball, playing away from the body. It's a soft dismissal.
I think also from side on, you just look at the weight that's back, and as he makes contact, I agree with you, Shiva. The bat turns in his hand, so no real power on the execution of the shot. And there's the pace variations, 144, 147, 127. That brought about the wicket.
To the field for Virat Kohli. They've got 2 slips in position. Virat likes to play the cover drive. They've got a man at deep cover.
He can be a little bit tentative at the start of the innings around the off stump. This one he's got a little more control because he's loosened the grip with the bottom hand, ensuring that the ball didn't carry to the second slip. It'll be interesting to see what kind of bowling changes the skipper will make now. Will he continue with JP Duminy from the other end, or bring on Rabada, or bring on Steyn? Steyn gets those outswingers going. We know that Kohli can be a little tentative around the off stump at the start. It's 59 for 2.
Dumini will continue. Another easy single for Rahane.
There's the wicket again. There you see cutting across it, foolish in length, leaning back, and then just chips it in the air. Easy catch for JP Dumini. There's the pace variations, beautifully shown. See the change up, fuller length, very good thinking. I think we're going to see more of the same, because at the break when the wicket was achieved by the South Africans, AB de Villiers got his men together. He was just discussing it and just talking about what plans need to be. It's hitting back of a length, bowling lots of cutters, mixing it up. Really feeling that there's an opportunity here for South Africa to hammer home the advantage.
Well, I really would have liked him to have brought Dale Steyn on. Steyn's bowled just 3 overs, couple of overs to Virat Kohli. Ball still hard and new. It's only the 14th over, and remember, a new ball from either end. So instead of giving Dumini the extra over now, maybe a couple of overs of Steyn.
Be happy with the single, Virat Kohli.
It's allowing Kohli to settle in these singles and confronting him with JP Dumini. Good from the Indian point of view, of course.
So you spoke about Shauna, the change of pace. So on the replay that he's holding the ball, Morne Morkel, the dismissal of Shikhar Dhawan very deep in the palm. Get an easy single, Ajinkya Rahane. Need to kick on. Player beginnings, season 33 now. 14 overs bowled, it's 64 for 2.
So we're going to see some spin now in the shape of Imran Tahir as we watch the batting card for India. They've lost the key wickets, especially right there at the top. Rohit Sharma gone for 3. Imran Tahir will continue. We're seeing Virat Kohli has just walked in at number 4. So much talk about that position, batting at number 4. We have to watch Virat Kohli now as he starts this innings. How is he feeling about this new role? It's not that he's never played at number 4. Rane will get a single down to mid-wicket. Just have to see that it doesn't have any detrimental effect on Virat Kohli when it comes out to bat, because he's by far the most precious limited overs batsman for India in international cricket. So I hope it doesn't have a bad effect on Virat Kohli as far as his attitude or approach is concerned. He's got the skills for sure.
I don't think that will affect Virat, especially today, because he's just walked in the 12th over when India needs him the most. And Ajinkya Rahane today was a lot more positive than what he was in Kanpur. The wicket is a lot different to what it was in Kanpur. So I think Virat, I don't think will worry too much about what positions he's batting.
The point that I'm trying to make, Anil, is that he's batted at number 3, and he must have felt that this is my position now, because he's won so many games for India playing at number 3. So he was in a comfort zone there, and here was a player for India batting at number 3 and winning new games by batting at that position. And suddenly in this series he finds himself at number 4, somebody else batting at number 3. If you remember, Tendulkar was pushed down the order while he was doing well at the opening slot. I think it was in maybe 2007, around that time, and it was clear that he wasn't enjoying that role. So for me, I think the most important fallout of this is Virat Kohli enjoying this new role at number 4. Bottom hand will get him a single, that typical thrust of Virat Kohli. 15 overs gone at 68 for 2. India won the toss. Yes, Mahendra Singh Dhoni calling the right side of the coin. Elected to bat first on a pitch that may have surprised a few people because it's got pace and bounce. It's still a good pitch for batting. India 71 for 2. Shikhar Dhawan and Rohit Sharma, the 2 openers, with dismissal. Let's have a look at the highlights as the players are having drinks. Change of line, change of length. did it for Rohit Sharma, and Rabada once again proving to be a wicket taker for the South Africans. Ajinkya Rahane once again batting at number 3. And today we got glimpses of how he bats at the IPL when he opens for Rajasthan Royals. Lots of hands just hitting through the line. Scooping the ball over the infield. Shikhar Dhawan was a bit slow to start with. Just as he was about to find his rhythm, he was picked up by Morne Morkel with the slow delivery. Excellent change of pace and getting the batsman to drive as well. That's where the slow ball becomes even more effective. So we've seen some good bowling and some good captaincy as well from AB de Villiers today. He's looked for wickets in the first 16 overs. Imran Tahir will continue.
And certainly at the pitch report, the side that Rahane's batting from looked a little bit drier than the side closest to our commentary box. Probably as the game goes on, near the end it might take a little bit more spin. Important phase for South Africa. Tahir, a wicket-taking bowler, and they would love to pick up another wicket here and curb this partnership.
Yes, he's quite happy to bowl flat, and I think deliberately bowling it a little short so the batsman doesn't get under the ball and play the big shots. He's in his elements, Imran Tahir. When the batsmen are looking to go after him, that's when he becomes really effective. That's when he gets wickets for the South Africans, and that's how he was used in the last match.
Bowls a very steady length and looks to vary the line a little bit as and when he tries for that googly.
I have a question for you, Anil. I mean, how important is that stock delivery? If I look at him here, when he looks under pressure, it's when he just almost doesn't have a stock delivery. He's got a lot of variation, and when people attack him, he's good defensively, got those options, can mix up his pace and the variations. But just when, I think that's maybe why he struggled in Test match cricket.
End of the over, 76 for 2.
As you would expect, good crowd here in Indore, and we got signs of this kind of reaction to this match when we landed at the airport with the Indian team. It's never a good idea to travel with the Indian team. Got a single down there to get himself going. Of course, right through the coverage. We'll have a few features that will have your interest.
Good solid punch from Virat Kohli, going the full face of the bat for a single. Coming back to your point, Graham, about Imran Tahir having that stock delivery, I think it's very crucial if you're playing in the longer version. You need to be consistently bowling those kind of deliveries with the variations of having the googly or flipper or a topspin, but the consistency of bowling a stock delivery as and when it is required is very crucial. And even in a shorter format like this, when the batsman is looking to go after you, it's important to call that at your convenience rather than worrying about what should I bowl now. So when you're in doubt, you're better off actually backing off and bowling your stock delivery. And for me, Imran Tahir, whenever he is someone going after him, he looks to bowl the googly.
He'll look for 2, and he'll get 2. The running has been good today, especially from Ajinkya Rahane. He's been purposeful right from the first ball that he's faced. Imran Tahir, when he starts sprinting around the ground, he's had a good day. Last match when the batsman started going after him, this of course was his first wicket. There with his arms spread out wide, and suddenly discovers speed in his running. Second wicket when India was feeling the pressure to go after him, get the big shots in, and that's when I think he's at his best, Imran Tahir. So he's such a good T20 bowler. And when he bowls in the latter stage of the innings, tends to pick up wickets.
Yeah, very good bowler when he's under pressure being attacked with his variations, mixes up his pace very well, doesn't straight wicket to wicket, doesn't offer a huge amount of width. Interesting move. We've seen Faf du Plessis operating on the boundaries today and at separate points. He's been struggling with his knee. You often find him in the inner ring, saving the single, getting those run-outs, and just been operating out on the boundary right throughout this innings for South Africa. It means that you have to carry Hashim Amla a little bit more in the ring, who likes to feel that in the boundary himself.
Missed that one. Get a single. Virat Kohli. He'll be happy to get off strike. He was working out a nice plan, Dale Steyn. This is what I was trying to suggest earlier. Few features that you'll see through our live coverage. One of those will be Ask the Experts, match-related query. And that's where you can direct your questions. The rate of BCCI with hashtag Ask the Expert. Anil Kumble, Graham Smith, the experts. We are just regular employees doing our job. Sean Pollock as well. The new guys. The ball, he's dropped it. Could be Bayardin. This is a run out. And would you believe that? Massive reprieve at the other end, but Virat Kohli on a suicide mission, coming back for the second. Ajinkya Rahane had his back towards him, and Virat Kohli is around. You can see the reaction in the dressing room as well. Two mistakes, one wicket. Yeah, we've seen him get out in this fashion in the last match when he just hit the ball on the up. So this happened. Ajinkya Rahane was not aware that Virat Kohli was sprinting back. Virat had committed to the second run. Ajinkya Rahane was undecided. And boy, he'll be fuming. People in the dressing room better watch out. 82 for 3. Interesting to note, Mahendra Singh Dhoni has walked in ahead of Suresh Raina. One of the all-time greats when you look at one-day batting. One of the best finishers this game has seen. But at the moment, the crowd still recovering from what they saw. They're sort of celebrating that reprieve that Ajinkya Rahane got with that drop catch, but there's worse to happen at the other end.
Here's the wicket again. Drop catch from Bahruddin. Getting a single for Rahane, and then ball watching by Rahane. Virat Kohli committing to that second run. And a disaster for India.
Virat was right to call for the second run. There was a second run, but Ajinkya Rahane perhaps just preoccupied by what happened. The drop catch. He's that kind of a guy. He's a sensitive person, and I think now at this moment he should be just taking deep breath, because he's going to feel, you know, what he's done to his partner. He's going to start having an effect on him. It's important that he relaxes, doesn't let that affect him too much.
Absolutely, and Virat Kohli let him know. Let him know the emotions that he was going through at that stage. Just said he looked motivated to do well today. Very similar to the first one-day international, and put down by Bayardin. A bad miss, but recovered well. We always say don't run off a misfield, but they did. Certainly there was 2 on offer. A lack of communication from the Indian batsman again. Number run-outs that for the tour so far, Sanjay.
So when you watch Virat Kohli running, you can see that he's just kept his senses about. He knows that there's been a drop catch, but he had a good view as to what was happening. He was running towards the danger end, so as far as he was concerned, there was a clear second. Just didn't anticipate that his partner would be slightly preoccupied by other things and wasn't quick to respond. 19 overs gone. It's 86 for 3.
93 for 3, 21 overs bowled. Ajinkya Rahane is still there. Dhoni has just come into bat. Partnership just 12, but India need a bigger partnership than 12. They need a settling down period. There is Suresh Raina still to come into bat, of course. Dhoni promoting himself ahead of Suresh Raina. He did that in Kanpur as well.
Not surprising that Farhan Behardien has been taken off. We didn't see a lot of it. This is Dhoni's trademark style, isn't it? Just coming down, knocking the ball in the gap, one or two, but he walks down the wicket sometimes. We didn't see that in earlier parts in the series. This is trademark Dhoni. If you look at all that's happening around this game, you get the feeling that Dhoni hasn't scored a run for the last 2 years. It's been quite intense, all the talk.
And then he played it with soft hands so that he could come back for the second play to round the 30-meter mark, the 30-meter circle. He's one of those who's not going to be looking only to hit the boundaries, but convert ones into twos. Threes might be a bit difficult. This is a very good outfield, very quick outfield. See how quickly the ball has travelled down to that fielder at deep point.
The square boundary is 62 meters. Just the kind bowlers love to see. Little flick pickup shot. It's sailing out. Really, with the modern bats, you need... Oh, that's a great shot. I'll tell you what, if anything, it's gone fine on the onside. Ajinkya Rahane gets number 3 and he does everything that's expected of him so far. 51 from 59, it's been a brisk innings.
And just the kind of innings that India needs. And once again emphasizing that you don't have to play the big shots, you don't really have to hit the sixes. As long as you can make good use of even an awkward delivery and hit it for a boundary. Was not an easy shot to play because that ball was following him. That was a good bouncer, good short one from Morne Morkel.
Third successive half century against South Africa. One in the World Cup was a fabulous innings that set the scene for an Indian win. 51 from 60 balls. He's got to get that run out of his mind though and say, look, maybe I had a part to play in the Kohli run out, but let me make up by making 150.
Well, he straight away said no at that stage, but when he saw Virat charging, he tended to respond, but his first initial reaction was no to the second run. Virat Kohli was still charging down.
8th game of the over. It's 101 for 3 after 22. Arju of 19, Rahane and Virat Kohli 23. You see, there's been a suggestion of a partnership. Rahane and Shikhar Dhawan 56. That was one that had to get a move on. Soft dismissal from Shikhar Dhawan. Can't fault the first one. 3 runs. It was a beauty from Rabada.
Ajinkya Rahane was lucky to have this dropped. Now look, they've taken the first one fast, and have a look at Rahane's first reaction. No. Then when he starts, looks to respond, but he knows that it's going to be a nothing situation. But his first reaction was no. And he put his hand up as well, but it was Virat Kohli who started running. Kohli, of course, had the momentum because in his mind he was always looking for the second run. And in limited overs cricket, that's the aim. You're looking to convert ones into twos and twos into threes. Now this is the drop. Now he's taking it easy because and there it is straight away. He said no with his left hand. He said no. But Kohli hasn't quite unfortunate, really unfortunate. But yes, I think you've got to put it out of your mind, focus on the next delivery.
Now, has he done Imran his legs here? Yes, he has. Imran Tahir has this extraordinary ability to just come up with a wicket out of nowhere, turn the match around in Kanpur. He might just have done it here. Rahane is looking bamboozled. He's just wondering if it's come off the keeper's pads. I don't think it has. He's got to go.
It certainly hasn't, because the sound that the ball hitting the stumps makes was clearly heard. They might be going up to the TV umpire to see if the wicket keeper, in trying to cover for it, might have knocked the bails off earlier, because definitely the ball hit the stumps. But if the bails have come off because the wicketkeeper was a little bit anxious, then maybe Rahane might get a reprieve. He got a reprieve earlier on, but that resulted in Kohli getting run out. Now this is the umpire, TV umpire, going to give his call. There's no problem with the delivery.
The keeper was celebrating, and the keeper would know.
He's not normally a big turner of the ball, is Tahir. There you go. Contact with the stumps, the bells pop off. And I think the feeling here is his pitch in the footmarks. That's why he's got his leg spinner to turn quite a bit around the legs of Rahane. He's gone on and clattered into leg stump. So he's shocked. Here's Ajinkya Rahane. He can't believe how that's got back onto his leg stump. But unfortunately for India, he has to go. So his good vigil of 51 of 63 balls comes to an end. India now 102 for 4.
Suresh Raina is the new batsman, and against the leg spinner. 5,500 runs. He's a veteran at 28. 220 matches. Held to Imran Tahir in the last game. Now Sunil Gavaskar in his pitch report this morning said Tahir round the wicket to the right-hander could come into play. And he's hit the leg stump.
Yes, I think there was a dry spot over there. You can see that actually. And just a little bit of turn. And there he goes on his round of the ground, Imran Tahir. I sometimes get the feeling that he tires himself more running around the ground than bowling a spell of 10 overs.
And the other one. So just a run and a wicket, 102 for 4.
I think the South Africans don't mind that, because if he's tired, that means he's had a bit of success. Because he only goes on that run when he picks up a wicket. But the shot was on from Rahane. There was no one there at short 45. He just needed to get it nice and fine, and he could pick himself up a boundary just in those footmarks. Imran Tahir, and back onto the stumps.
Not even at the halfway mark, and India have lost 4. Rohit Sharma for 3, Dhawan 23, Kohli 12, now Rahane 51.
I think the captaincy of AB de Villiers has been outstanding. Really outstanding. He really hasn't missed a trick. Maybe you could fault him for keeping Domini on for one extra over. But he's kept the pressure on. And so now India have Akshar Patel, Harbhajan Singh, Bhuvneshwar Kumar to come into bat. They've all got hundreds under their belts in first-class cricket. But at the international level, wide down the leg side, Morkel thought that might have been actually a catch.
I think there's also a way that might have been quite close to the leg stump. Sometimes the bowlers go up here just to avoid having the ball adjudged wide, but I don't think it was as close as they initially thought.
Nah, don't tell me bowlers do that, Polly.
Just bowlers, not all-rounders. Just bowlers.
Oh dear. All-rounder Sean Pollock in our commentary box. It's a good little spell here from Morne Morkel. He's got an excellent record against left-handers. He's digging it in short, an area Raina over the years has not particularly enjoyed. What this spell has done, Imran Tahir, Morne Morkel, Rabada up at the start, is they can keep that fifth bowler away for longer. If they get another wicket, they won't have to worry too much about that fifth bowler. And there's 27 overs to go.
And we just saw Dale Steyn here meeting the Indian fans. I don't think there's an international cricketer who connects as well with his fans as Dale Steyn does. Absolutely brilliant.
Actually, one other thing about South Africa, I think if you look at all the touring teams that come to India, there's West Indies and there's South Africa. I think these are the two most popular tourists to India.
Seen as nice guys, the South Africans.
You've got to agree with that, don't you, Harsha? Come on, we're nice guys.
I was just
Another one
letting
is
you
AB de Villiers. He's also very friendly and draws a lot of reaction to his fans. And he's got plenty in India now these days. Dale Steyn. He loves to investigate.
Now, is there something on it? They're celebrating. Up goes the finger. It was a line that was designed for Suresh Raina, and it's a line that's delivered as India sink deeper into trouble. The problems are mounting, and batsmen are finding different ways of getting out.
Well, he's always had a bit of a problem with the short delivery, hasn't he? And this was an awkward one. It was around his armpits. Never an easy delivery to play if it's well directed, and it was very well directed. They're checking for the no ball. I think he's fine. He's fine because the foot has dragged forward. It has landed first behind the crease. You can see that behind the crease, and then it's gone forward there.
Some part has to be behind the crease. And I think the umpire's given it, so Suresh Raina's got to go. India's sliding into trouble. The crowd has been silenced. Raina for a duck, 104 for 5. Akshar Patel is the new batsman. A slip and a leg slip. Spoke to Akshar Patel some months ago, and he said he's always thought of himself in his growing up years as a batsman. This is the opportunity to prove himself. Because Suresh Raina, 220 games, problem against a short ball. Now then, he's your number 7, average 7.71. You've got to say there is batting promise there, but it's not been noticed yet at the international level.
But this is an ideal opportunity. You're saying to him, you just stick around here. Dhoni's there with him, plenty of experience. You just bat. You get yourself in, try and make yourself comfortable, and then we take it from there. No rush whatsoever.
Yes, just play your natural game. Give Dhoni as much of the strike as possible. 105 for 5.
Plays it fine. And you have to believe that was controlled. 5 of the over, it's 111 for 5.
Definitely a plan now from South Africa. They're going for the jugular. They're attacking, slips in place. Men are close in the inner field. There's some short deliveries being bowled. They're trying to create another opportunity. They realise they get Dhoni out, they're through. And they can try and wrap this up. Short delivery, well directed, but well played in the end by Dhoni.
Taken the aerial route and clears the boundary. Not exactly what India requires, but it's gone over the boundary. The umpires will probably take a look at that. 123 for 5 after 29. Just mentioning the support role, but he's got other ideas. Going with the turn, just cleared the man Hashim Amla by a few inches, few meters.
Akshar Patel has shown that he can bat in first-class cricket. He's scored plenty of runs for Gujarat.
Yeah, I've seen him do a fine job with the bat for his state. It's so very important for him to make a contribution here, Akshar Patel. Quick delivery. Just as to say, in the right areas, corridor of uncertainty. And the length was good too. The length that I mentioned earlier, because Dhoni likes to stay on the back foot.
a perfect length for someone like MS Dhoni, especially in this kind of a situation where Dhoni perhaps is not playing to his usual way, and the situation demands that he just hangs around and then plays through. For India to get into any decent score here, it's important that Dhoni bats through to the 50 overs.
A confident shot from Akshar Patel. A little bit of grip in the surface, but hands went through the ball beautifully and backed himself to clear long off. Did it well, found the gap. Just communicating about them needing to build a partnership. Positive intent. It's always a fine line between being too conservative and too positive, I guess. Akshar playing his natural game, Shiva.
Looks good when it comes off. Missing leg. Up goes the finger. Just for a moment I thought it would be missing leg. But no hesitation there from Aleem Dar. Up went the finger. Another strike. Dale Steyn striking this time. Akshar Patel, the man, dismissed.
South African seamers doing a wonderful job out here today. Another big strike for South Africa. 124 for 6.
Pitch is in line, back of a length. Well, good call in the end. Just above the knee roll, but he was rooted to the crease. Dale Steyn was confident. The umpire had no hesitation. The finger went up in a flash. Akshar Patel's gone for 13, 124 for 6. 124 for 6 in the 30th over.
South Africa have been relentless. Bhuvnesh Kumar comes to the crease now.
Now it's 125 for 6 to the wide delivery from Dale Steyn. Certainly can't see it being a surface. You see it pitch in line. Definitely hitting in line. No only doubt probably his height.
.125 balls not scored off. Imran Tahir will continue. 6 overs, 1 for 18. He'll probably bowl 3 maybe here. If he's getting a wicket, bowl out all 4. 36 years old, one of the great stories of modern cricket. Travelled around the world, plying his trade wherever anyone would ask him to. And then late in life, from a cricketer's point of view, late in life discovering enormous opportunities in South Africa. And you can see why he's got this effervescent attitude to playing. Probably went through a phase when he thought, that's it, I'm not going to play any more cricket. He's ball quite full actually.
I think he's been able to bowl forward. When you're losing wickets and new people are coming to the crease, you can really experiment, give it a little bit more air, throw it a little bit fuller, give it an opportunity. There we can see it. The blue ones are the googlies, and then the leg spinners, which sometimes also the flatter ones. As now he's trying to turn his leggies. The crowd's getting a little bit impatient. They want to see some fireworks from Dhoni.
I think the team needs Dhoni to bat another 14.4 overs.
One thing's for sure though, if Dhoni stays right till the end of the 50th over, then India will certainly have at least another 100 runs on board, maybe more like 250. It's a big ask, of course. They need to score at almost 8 runs and over from now on.
Like Harsha was saying, they forfeited that awesome score, that plus 300 score. Now it's just about getting something that's competitive. Give yourself an opportunity to win the game if things go according to plan with the ball in hand. You never know. Cricket is a strange game.
And they'll get the single. This is good running. You expect that with Dhoni. 4 came of the over from Tahir. It's 142 for 6. Not a single partnership at better than run a ball. That is the kind of stranglehold South Africa have imposed on India. Dumini only needs to bowl another 2. He's starting his 8th.
Sometimes that's what happens when you talk about the 5th bowling option, the team meeting, and how we need to target him. And then all of a sudden you keep getting into the scenario where you don't have wickets in hand because you're so focused on that being the moment to pull the trigger and put the team or the opposition under pressure that you don't take notice of the other bowlers that are on duty on the day.
It's a pretty fancy headgear there.
What they also are relying on here is a flourish at the end from Dhoni in order to get something near 250. He'll have to bat the bulk of the overs, maybe get to 45, and then if he has the 5 overs like AB de Villiers had in the last match, then there's an opportunity that they can post a decent score. But you are relying on one man in general.
In the gap for a 4. There have only been 11 fours before this in 36 overs. That's number 12.
And that's very well played. Very well played because he shuffled across towards the off stump. He saw that there was no deep fine leg or a deep square leg. So he gave himself the chance by shuffling across to the off. And he's hit it from outside the off stump. So that's clever batting from Bhuvneshwar Kumar.
It is good, Sonny, because they only allowed 4 men out. And in general, if you're allowed 5 in the last 10 overs, in the 3rd power play, Dumini would have that man back in the square leg boundary. Well, he's made a change. He's pushed him back now. Mid-off, or long-offs into mid-off. Quick single. Uncomfortable in the end. Imran Tahir, the man who does the fielding.
Yes, you got to see who the ball goes to. And they saw Imran Tahir. He's not the swiftest of the South African fielders. So the run was always on. And Dhoni is always keen to get to the striker's end.
Dhoni doesn't sweep much, so that man can now come inside the circle. Oh, the back foot is in though.
He deceives us here in the commentary box, doesn't he? Because you always think, although he's coming down, he starts quite deep in the crease, and his back foot often doesn't get too far away from the crease. He can just slide it back in the end there. He's not like one of those guys who end up 2 or 3 meters down when you see them advancing.
So was he focusing on hitting the ball while the ball was passing him, or getting his foot back in?
A wonderful presence of mind, dragging that foot back into the crease. Now down the leg side, it'll be a wide.
Thank you very much. The runs have been hard to come by. Here's a penny thrown my way. I'll pick it up. Well, he plays that shot. It isn't the standard sweep shot that Dhoni plays, but he's down the wicket. He's brought up 150, and he's produced a 13-run over here. And there's a ball to go.
He gave the impression that he was going to come down the delivery before. Dumini saw that, fired it down the leg side, but Dhoni didn't come. The next delivery he knew that Dumini would be targeting the stumps and couldn't afford another wide, and he targeted that leg side with the man that had been brought up inside the circle. And this is the catalyst moment that gets Dhoni underway.
It's quite long, that 6. Well, as it turns out, there might have been a single, but wasn't to be. 13 of the over. It's 155 for 6.
South Africa have only got 4 men in the circle here. They're supposed to have 5. If they end up bowling this delivery as stays, it should be called no ball by the umpires.
No signal.
Well, they missed it. The umpires have missed it as well.
I did have a look at Alim Down. He was counting. In fact, I think he might
signal it. It's got to be a no ball. Supposed to be a free hit as well, yes. I think Vinit Kulkarni might not have seen it. One can understand that because he's got to focus on the bowler's feet, the no ball. It's the square leg umpire who's got to see that, and he's done that.
Well, Polly was right. I was looking at Alim Dar as soon as Polly pointed out there's only 4 in, and his right hand, he was very fidgety with his right hand. So I thought he was just waiting to call it no ball. New rules, of course, now. Every no ball is a free hit. So long on comes in.
They usually can't change the field, but they have to because they have to bring someone into the circle, the 5th man. So Dermody is the one that comes in.
Doesn't matter.
Run 2! They should have run 2. The ball's gone so high.
Gee, he might be in his 60s, Sonny, but he doesn't miss a single still.
No, because runs are hard to come by, but then I think the idea was to give Dhoni the strike, and that's what Bhuvneshwar Kumar has done.
So he'll get that extra run now. This 5. This long run stays in at mid-on. It's worked well. Rabada has picked up a wicket. The first of all those 6 to fall. The wicket of Rohit Sharma. 6 overs, 1 for 20. 6.2 overs, 1 for 25 now. Dhoni is a reason I love cricket. Dhoni is the reason many people love cricket, but at the moment, you could do with some support, I think.
Rabada was key, as you mentioned. He picked up that initial wicket. The man in form for India, Rohit Sharma. He did him with a bit of pace, nipping the ball back. And that was followed shortly afterwards by Shikhar Dhawan. Slow delivery that he just chipped to cover. And then the run out. Kohli, second time he's been involved in the run out early on in his innings. Drop catch. Opportunity for Ajinkya Rahane, and then miscommunication. Easy run out in the end.
Quinton de Kock took almost took all the stumps out. They were called wide, so there's a few extras coming in. Then Ajinkya Rahane. Round his legs, it perplexed him. Asked to wait to see if it came off the keeper's pads. Now, not the first time that dismissal of Suresh Raina. And then Akshar Patel, good decision by Alim Dar. Talking about Dhoni's final flourish, if he is in, the question is, when does that flourish come? Does it come at 45? Does it come at 46? Does it come if Bhuvneshwar is still with him? What's the score at that point? If you want to reach 250, as in his mind said, right, I want to get 250 as well.
Jyotiraditya Scindia, the chairman of the Madhya Pradesh Cricket Association. Look for 2, won't get it because the ball's travelled pretty quickly to that fielder. But you're right, I think that's going to be the dilemma in front of Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Polly said that play till 45 overs and then pull the trigger. Only problem is if you don't have too many wickets left by that time, even if you pull the trigger, you'll be only firing blanks.
Either that, or you haven't scored enough till 45 and even a final flourish won't be enough.
I think the over of JP Dumini, his last one, might be the one where they start to go.
In spite of the 2 extra 6 came from the over, it's 165 for 6. Packed house again in Indore. We saw this in Dharamshala. We saw this in Kanpur. Saw it in Cuttack. It's been very well supported this series. Full houses everywhere. We didn't have one in Kolkata, but we didn't have a game. That's part of the reason we're seeing such a big crowd here, is you don't get a lot of big cricket in Indore. International cricket coming here after 4 years. Imran Tahir with his 9th.
Well, it's a pretty little stadium, isn't it? They've named stands after the Indian players, Indian international players on the other side. Those who played for Holkar, when Holkar was a team to contend with in the Ranji Trophy. One of the powerhouses of cricket way back in the 40s and 50s, the Holkar Stadium. The Holkar team, I beg your pardon.
Oh, he's done him. Imran Tahir gets Bhuvneshwar Kumar. And India lose another. That's just what we were talking about a little while back. And India afford to lose more wickets. Well, they have.
Yeah, just a change of pace here from Imran Tahir. Held that one back just a touch, 83 kilometres per hour. And it does. It's the leggy. Slow in pace. There's a slight gap between bat and pad. Kumar pushes forward. And Imran Tahir is off. Off in his celebration. He's picked up the 7th Indian wicket to fall today. Kumar's innings comes to an end. He goes for 14. 165 for 7.
New batsman is Harbhajan Singh. Afforded another opportunity in the limited over squad because of the injury to Ravichandran Ashwin. The score of 49 versus Australia some years ago. Right, what's the first one going to be? Yes, it was the attempted wrong answer, I think. Either that or he's working on a double bluff. I mean, is the batsman going to expect the wrong one because he got out that way in Cuttack? This was the Bhuvneshwar dismissal. Gone between bat and pad.
Bhuvneshwar was looking to make room to play through the covers.
I saw this picture sent to me, Tahir in the 100 meters race where he's ahead of Usain Bolt because he got a wicket. Things they do with...
Never.
Now the things they do with morphing pictures these days. Got a wicket and a maiden, 165 for 7. But power play being signalled now, so you can now have 5 outside. Mid-on has quickly dropped back to long on. You need only 4 inside the circle now. He shovels the ball away. This is excellent batting. He looked in control all along, did MS Dhoni.
Yeah, this is a quality shot from MS Dhoni. There's 2 men back on the boundary. One in front of square, one behind square. And then there's also a man at short square leg and short mid-wicket. So the target of bowling the short delivery was on. And he had to deal with it, and he's done it superbly. Over Behardin there at backward square leg. There you can see the man on the boundary. Can't cut it off. An important boundary.
Well, a touch of inexperience there from Rabada. This is the line to bowl. This is the length to bowl as well. Because the ball's now gone a little bit softer. One come off the pitch quickly. Also, I think you're bowling in this heat. As a bowler, you'd get just that little bit tired as well. The strength slowly ebbing away. So, to a set batsman like Dhoni, not quite the best ball to bowl, but he'll learn with experience. Rabada.
And he'll hit the gap for another 4. Just had to meet the man inside the circle at point. He's playing good back foot shots now.
Yeah, quality cricket from Dhoni. You can see from side on that he's actually moved his way back in the crease. He's given himself as much opportunity to deal with the short deliveries from Rabada. The first one went to the leg side. This one he's back in the crease again. Just waits for the ball to come to him. Guards it behind square. You can see how far he's back in his crease there. And a second boundary in 3 deliveries. Good cricket here from Dhoni.
It's a wonderful sight. That's like a sheet of glass. The bottom hand comes into play. That's a flat 6. brings up the 50 as well for Mahendra Singh Dhoni. The crowd up on their feet, saw the players. He's playing an anchor role, but that strike rate is 96.5. Tells you something about this man.
Just waiting deep in the crease all the time, waiting for the short delivery. Always in a good position. I picked it from outside Ostrom, doesn't matter. It disappears.
Oh, he was going for another one, just dipped on him. Now he's trying to get rid of that 10th over. He's bowled 9 of those part-time option overs, just the one to go. I think he's going to value this 50. He's been under some pressure as a batsman.
You got to believe that both Biardin and Dumini were looking in the captain's direction, hoping he wouldn't pick them. MS has certainly put the hammer down.
And also he's realized this is the over that he's got to attack. He's taken his time, but this is an opportunity that cannot be allowed to go.
De Villiers trying to get to the ball very quickly. Some cramping up in the last game. It's been a fabulous effort. Running out of partners at the other end. 2 6s and 3 4s, and strike rate close to 95.
The crowd now right behind Dhoni.
Do you think MS said to Harbhajan there, Sanjay?
Run that single. Only time he gets really agitated on the field is when he doesn't quite get the response that he desires from his non-striker or his partner. He's gone for it, and it might go. Just falling short of that fielder. They've got 4 runs for it. He attacked the ball, Behardi. It's not a bad thing to do. This is turning out to be a good over. 11 runs so far.
They definitely didn't tell Harbhajan, just knock the one and give it back to me. We all know Harbhajan can hit the ball out the ground. Missed it slightly, just dipped in front of Biardin. Tried to get the body behind it and it bounced over him. Dumini comes round the wicket now.
Goes again, and this is a clean hit, and it's a big one too. Got 3 cheers here. I think that's gone in the second.
It's a massive blow, and the angle made it easier, going round the stumps, firing it to middle and leg. Right in the arc for Harbhajan Singh, and it's out the park.
Some great strikes this over, but what it shows me is this wicket is a good surface. Good surface for playing your shots. Change of intent working for India, taking them up to 192. 1 ball to go in this over.
There are 2 big overs in the last match for India, 21 and 19. 40 runs of 2 overs. India, of course, trying to make a difference here in this match. 17 runs so far. JP de Villiers would be ruining this move. He had the option of Behardi over the wicket now. JP Dumini. Harbhajan will still look to hit this one big. Last ball of the over. It's much shorter. He's bowled a dot ball, a couple of dot balls, but it's a 17 run over. 192 for 7.
The current rate 223. Can they get about 240?
Loves to bowl in this situation, Imran Tahir. There's that skidder, the quicker delivery. Harbhajan Singh wanted to get speed in the running. For a while, he thought he was running on treadmill there.
Maybe de Villiers getting the ball quickly. Would have been out if he had hit. One thing we know about spinners is they love to slog other spinners. Harbhajan gets back on strike. Fasten your seatbelts.
This is where Imran Tahir makes a difference as a leg spinner when he bowls in his... Oh, that's nicely played. You often see brute force with Mahendra Singh Dhoni, but that was tender from Dhoni.
It was the quicker delivery, brings up the 200 for India. In excess of 96 Ks and onto the pads. Nicely worked away. Depth touch from Mahendra Singh Dhoni.
Good spot. He saw the flatter trajectory.
The good thing about that shot, he knew there was a fielder for the sweep, not for the flick. Good placement.
He's coming into his own. 61 of 63 balls. To answer some difficult questions after the last match. currently looking extremely dangerous as a batsman. There's the pressure on the bowler.
South Africa just need to settle down here. They've done so well through this innings for the first 41 overs, have controlled the majority of the game, but with the pressure that was transferred in the Dumini over between MS Dhoni and Harbhajan Singh, that just looked a little bit flustered.
Looking for two. He wants two. And should be easy. Remember you speaking to Anil Kumble about the stock delivery that Tahir needs to bowl. And he's looking to bowl a lot more googlies. And batsmen fancy leg side when they want to play the big shots. So if it's a googly, they're hitting it with the turn.
Yeah, absolutely. He's trying to make sure he doesn't give them any width to free the arms, trying to be wicket to wicket. Good skill from MS Dhoni, just nice touch on the leg side.
He's gone straight and it's gone long. 14 runs from the over. 2 more balls to go.
When he bowled that line, the big boys free their arms.
The width we were talking about, tossed up outside off stump, and MS Dhoni just wallops it over his head. Sailed into the crowd here in Indore, and there's Indian flags and noise everywhere. There we see the width.
Once again you see, like against Morkel, he's standing inside the batting crease so that he can get under the ball. Even to the spinner, well inside the batting crease, making it that much more difficult for the spinner. It's a flat ball, but he still managed to get under the ball to scoop it. And now the big shots are coming at will. Now this is Mahendra Singh Dhoni at his best. The self-confidence is up, and this is his favourite domain. We are getting into the last 5 overs. And Bajji has done the right thing. He's not playing the big shot. 16 runs of that Tahir over. 5 overs to go, 212 for 7. And what's going to be interesting now is Rabada, who might bowl the final 2 overs. Maybe 48 and 50. Morkel will finish his 10 after this. Has he found the gap? No, there's a fielder down there.
You know what will be interesting to watch is that he stuck to a unique game plan in Kanpur. He went short and into the ribs, but he had a little bit of a reverse swing, and there's not that on offer today. And I think what happened in the previous over that he bowled to MS Dhoni, MS went deep in his crease. Used that length. You could see that MS had used his experience, thought about how he was going to tackle it, pulled him for 4 twice in the over. So it'll be interesting to see if that's created a little bit of doubt in Rabada's mind.
I'm very excited too, because that is the length that he bowled. Often considered as a very dangerous length, but he got away with it. Dhoni once again inside the batting crease. Gets a single down to point. Beg your pardon, it's a dot ball.
Well, the point that he made, Graham, staying deep inside the crease is what makes a short of a length ball actually short. Plenty of cricket happening in the domestic circuit here, and the Paytm Ranji Trophy, the 3rd round, Delhi vs Haryana, 15th to 18th October. The first ever time it's going to be streaming live on Hotstar and BCCI.tv. Match starts at 9:30 Indian Standard Time.
I think that's absolutely brilliant. A slow ball, well played by Mahendra Singh Dhoni. It's something that we are anticipating. That's going to be a moment to watch, because Dhoni is wiser from the last match, and Rabada bowled the short of length stuff to him in that last over. He wasn't able to get on to him, but today he's played him differently. So young Rabada will get tested again today. Whether he'll stick to the same plans, we'll have to just wait and see. He needs help from the senior players around him, sure.
Without putting the markers, I think Morne Morkel has mixed it up superbly in an over. Used both the back of a length delivery and the full delivery.
He's just finding the fielders. Harbhajan Singh is doing his part. He's batting on 17 of 18. This partnership now 50 of 38 balls.
South Africa offering, going for the unique field here. 5-4 leg side. The square leg in the ring and a mid-wicket. Square leg on the boundary fence just in front of square. 20 steps in front of square and a fine leg. Just allowing Morne with mid-off in the ring to use that back of a length slow ball bumper, and then to mix it up with the odd full delivery. So it's giving him a couple of options with each delivery.
He's playing his cards well now, Dhoni. Just wants to play off Morkel. He knows he's more experienced. I think he's going to be singling out Rabada the last 4 overs. That's his general ploy over the years. Plays out the experienced bowlers and then goes after a slightly inexperienced bowler.
When you talk about very good batting surfaces, talk about margin of error, and as the batsman is trying to create that margin of error by standing deep in the crease, the 6 to 8 inches back of a length will make it a short delivery. Have to wait and see if he can pounce on them.
That's missed time. It's going to fall in between two fielders. The fielder in the deep actually lost it in the sun. 46 overs gone, 217 for 7.
Fans in indoor buzzing as Dale Steyn comes to the back of his mark. 4 overs left in the Indian innings, 217 for 7. As you see the ball skied out to the sweeper boundary. Beardin never moved, couldn't pick the ball up in the low sunlight.
Just spotted AB de Villiers leaving the field, so maybe Faf du Plessis is now in charge. Faf du Plessis at mid-off. It seems Hashim Amla has taken charge, so here we are. It's all set up. Steyn will bowl 47-49. He's missed the first one, and Rabada will bowl the 48th and the 50th.
We've seen the change in field here to Morne Morkel, who gets a little bit more bounce at the extra man leg side. See with Dale Steyn, seen the man come offside. Big difference in the field between the two. Dale Steyn a little bit shorter, skiddier than Morne Morkel. Still allowing himself the 3 fielders on the boundary leg side.
Also getting the third man a lot finer.
He's got some timing on this one. This might just go all the way for 4. Those hands of Harbhajan Singh. Not too much strength in his legs, but plenty of strength in his arms.
And the slow delivery, well picked up. Ideally, when you bowl a slow delivery, you want to bowl full length. So the batsman is forced into the drive early. But here, back of a length, again deep in the crease. Well played, Harbhajan Singh. Valuable runs these for India.
Pressure on Steyn. 4 runs of the second ball. That's edge and taken. Good sharp catch from the keeper. Steyn strikes. And Harbhajan Singh's innings has come to an end. The crowd will rise to their feet. They've acknowledged a good contribution here from Harbhajan Singh. The 8th wicket has fallen.
He's played a good hand, Harbhajan Singh. Much required partnership that. Again outside, off stump, full length delivery. He's looking for another boundary, held the edge. Quinton de Kock has got a safe pair of hands. And once again, the South Africa picking up a wicket as the partnership was building. Harbhajan Singh, the man dismissed for 22. It's 221 for 8.
The new batsman is Umesh Yadav. The moment he started walking in, a lot of talk about his recent Ranji 100 against Orissa, but those are international batting numbers for him.
Sanjay, I don't want to say you're clutching at straws here. So important, South Africa's spearhead just calmed things down, got the wicket.
Well bowled and good field setting again. You're in the final stage of the inning, but 5 fielders inside the circle from the South Africans. Here's the last wicket.
Harbhajan certainly swinging hard. A good catch from Quinton de Kock as it went quickly. Big dismissal just to put a halt to that partnership that was just getting away a little bit from South Africa. You see the change in mindset now to Yadav. They'll want to keep him on strike, keep MS Dhoni off.
Umesh Yadav, the man in form.
He'd fancy himself. That was a good strike. First delivery, he played it awkwardly, but not the second one. Probably was expecting the short delivery into the body. And what's important is those 4 runs. And travelled really quickly as well, right from the middle of the bat. Well done, Umesh Yadav.
bowled to a lot of batsmen. He's seen a lot of cricket, Dale Steyn, but that would have surprised him. That reaction from the batsman to that ball was short and quick. Went even quicker, I think, to the boundary road. 8 runs from the over. Last ball of this over. Has he taken it? Yes, good reflex catch there from Quinton de Kock. Steyn gets the second wicket of this over. A bit of a silence in the ground, but good cricket from South Africa. Good comeback. Last ball of this over.
Couple of big wickets. Dhoni batting on 72. Needed somebody to bat the entire quota of 50 overs. Another short delivery, but the right line this time. Brilliant catch that from Quinton de Kock. Full stretch to his right hand side. He's taken a couple of catches in this over. 8 runs, but more importantly, South Africa have picked up 2 wickets, which would mean India are left with 3 overs with the final man to come in. It's 225 for 9. 18 deliveries still remaining.
We see the wicket of Yadav. Good follow-up short delivery from Dale Steyn and a wonderful catch from Quinton de Kock. Often what you don't realise is how close you need to stand in the subcontinent. You don't have the time as you do in South Africa to move, take that step. Very instinctive catch. You need to allow your body to react, and he did that superbly well.
And also an edge off the back foot. That means the batsman was even closer. Now, interesting, the first 2 balls from Rabada. Incidentally, Dhoni has denied the single. You made that point off air. Just blunts Dhoni's aggression a bit. Those 2 wickets.
Yeah, a crucial over from Dale Steyn. 9 down now. Just creates that little bit of the element of doubt for MS Dhoni. He knows innings is over if they lose 1 more wicket. Stating the obvious, but the mindset that it gives you as the in-batter is that do you need to bat a little bit deeper, try and pick up what you can. Make sure you bat the 50 overs out.
That's what he's thinking about. Mahendra Singh Dhoni hates to waste overs. So I think he'll be preoccupied, completely focused on playing out the 50 overs.
It'll be interesting to see how the new ball behaves in the second innings, Siva. But one thing I've noticed in this last period as India have certainly, and MS Dhoni have batted superbly well, is that the wicket looks good. It looks like a good batting surface. So it's very difficult, to me, India look under par. They're going to be probably 40, 50 runs short of what would be a good total on the surface from what we can see.
Interesting the way Rabada has bowled this over to Dhoni. Been 3 sort of fuller length deliveries. That one was just about short of good length. Not the stuff that we saw in that last over, last match.
Hey, you mentioned about the pitch, Graham. It's always been a very good pitch to bat on. I thought India lost too many wickets too early in the piece due to some ordinary batting. And getting back to the field, it's a very similar field set on the leg side as we saw in Kanpur. The 3 men patrolling the boundary line.
Slow delivery and it's gone over mid-off. Has it gone all the way? It's a terrific shot from Mahendra Singh Dhoni. It was a slow delivery, pitched right up. Good boy to get that kind of power.
Be interesting to see, was he standing deep inside the crease? A couple of short deliveries, then the change of pace. The slow delivery was picked up and the placement was really good. Mid-off inside the ring, the shot was on. Looked like it bounced before the boundary cushions. It's been given a 6.
There it is. That's how you tell the scores that you've changed the original decision. The embrace posture. Twice that has happened. Young man feeling the pressure, but I'm just impressed that he's got various options to bowl the final overs. He's not just sticking with short of length. We've seen a mixture of length, pace as well.
A lot of Indians would be wondering, when did that happen the last game?
Yeah, that it was a pressure situation. He just wanted to just whack the ball. He wasn't thinking technique and all that. He just missed that short of length ball. But today he's stood inside the batting crease and he's got runs of that same length.
It's great to see a person walk away and look at yourself and see how you can change and take on people. You see the slow ball going over mid-off, but MS has looked at and found a way to adapt it to the tactics of South Africa. You see the single. 232 for 9. Dale Steyn to MS Dhoni. 48th over.
You get a single. Oh no, he said no. The moment he struck the ball, he said no. 7 runs in that last over from Rabada. Quite impressive under the circumstances, but Dhoni was really looking to play the 50 over, so that also helped his scores.
Now, the over before from Dale Steyn, the 2 wickets, crucial. Took the pressure off Rabada. Still made MS Dhoni think and consider what was the best way. You don't want to be left 3 overs short of your 50 over allotment. I think the highlight for India today, and the good thing that's come out of their batting, has been MS Dhoni.
It's amazing that he's managed to get the ball there over those 2 fielders. It's a short ball that he has hit over mid-off for runs. Incredible stuff.
There have been a lot of planning. Dhoni in the end of the innings towards the death overs likes to go leg side, but here back of the leg, outside off stump, and he's shown that he can hit the ball on the offside as well. This is excellent cricket from the Indian captain.
This is the thing about Dhoni. He really backs himself in the last few overs. The last match as well, he tried that, but he wasn't just quite getting the shots. But this tremendous belief that he has that he can do it right at the fag end of the innings.
Different surface the last game. There was reverse swing, the ball was gripping onto the surface. This is the batting beauty. But the problem with the dismissal of Harbhajan Singh is he's not able to take the singles.
Interesting that AB de Villiers is off the field in these crucial overs, so Hashim Amla suddenly has to take the leadership role. He's just had a chat with Steyn. Nothing's changed as far as field is concerned, so the length might just continue to be a little short. Dot ball, because he's just played that to mid-off.
I mean, had somebody like Harbhajan Singh still hung around, they would have taken a single. Harbhajan is a good player himself, made a good contribution of 22. Excellent execution of the shot. Cleared the 2 fielders infield. A very quick outfield.
Fields changing, Graham. They've got third man coming inside the circle. Hashim Amla has dropped long off, so I think he just wants a little more protection, just in case he wants to pitch it right up or try something different. The short ball, and he's found the gap. That's going to be 4 more. 8 runs of the 4 balls bowled so far.
It takes MS Dhoni to 85. Crucial innings for India. Yeah, under pressure, a man under huge pressure in the Indian media, Indian fans, and the top finisher and one-day batsman for India has come through again. They had a superb innings here today. Got India to some resemblance of a total. Didn't look like that certainly 20 overs ago.
It's an important issue that you've raised, because clearly this is an exciting comeback by India, but we've got to be realistic about this pitch and the target that India will set eventually for South Africa. We see Hashim Amla back inside the circle on the offside. He's happy to pick up a single. He values every ball so much. He's just obsessed with playing right through the 50 overs.
He'll value the next delivery a lot. Final delivery coming up. Mohit Sharma will be the man on strike. Just keep it out.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll tell Mohit Sharma, no single, we're definitely not running. Just keep this delivery out. I want the last 6. Give me 14 runs to get to 100 and 6 deliveries to try and get us over 250, nearing 260.
You know, Mohit Sharma should expect the ball to be really full and quick. Not take much of a back clip. Deep square leg now. Leg side. Mid-wicket comes inside the circle. Short ball, well played by Mohit Sharma. There's a big ovation from the crowd as well. 241 for 9. 241 for 9. The team direct on the right, Shikhar Dhawan on the left, Deer on the background. Everyone's up on their feet. There's renewed hope in the Indian camp. But having said all that, got to be mindful of the average first innings score here on this ground. It's in excess of 300 runs. This has been a brilliant comeback by India, but they might just be short of the power score needed on this ground. Rabada running in 4 fielders on the leg side, on the boundary. Dhoni goes for it, doesn't connect, will keep strike. Did he change his bat in the changeover, in between overs?
He's changing it again. One seems to have broken. Rabada up against MS Dhoni at the back end of the innings. Rabada certainly won the first ODI in Kanpur. He won that little mini battle. MS Dhoni 86 of 81 deliveries, 14 away from what would be a magnificent 100.
Same scenario, same batsman, last over of the innings. And it was timed again, but it's falling well short of Morkel. Really impressed with Rabada so far. 7 runs of his last over. He's bowled 2 dot balls to Dhoni. It's not just predictable short of length. We've seen variation from a very young bowler put under severe pressure here.
And the speed, Sanjay, 147. Not very easy to put it away. Well directed shot delivery at good pace.
Dhoni is the chant in the background. Rabada running in. It's a full delivery, really. This is impressive stuff. A guy who was playing under 19 cricket 18 months back. Having said all that, Graham, important question for you. 241 for 9. Even if India get about 10 runs in the next 3 balls, what kind of a score are you looking at? I mean, 250?
Yeah, Sanjay, look, it's better than what they were looking 20 overs ago. It's given them, MS Dhoni's given them a chance. I think it's definitely still under par. I think the wickets played well. It's been great to see. MS Dhoni's always seemed one step ahead of bowlers in his career, but Rabada just seems one step ahead of Dhoni here in this last over. He's used the short ball, used the full delivery.
Excellent point. That is high praise for a bowler, because he's bowling to a batsman. I mean, in the last match there was some self-doubt. He wasn't in form, but now he's batting on 8 to 6. His confidence is up. Still not allowing to score freely. That's another good delivery. What are the umpires going to do? That's 1 for the over. So that's a legitimate delivery. No runs so far as this final over. Just 1 ball to go.
Very often when we speak about a young cricketer, we speak about the learning curve. And what has Rabada got to learn? He's doing extremely well. He's doing everything well.
Yeah, let's not get too carried away with the dot ball, because Dhoni's not running the runs, but he's not allowed Dhoni to play a big shot until now. Last ball of the innings. He smacked that hard, and that's gone over the ropes. So finally, what you were expecting right at the start of the over has happened to the last ball of the over. This has turned out to be a terrific innings, and typically Dhoni putting his head down and walking coolly into the dressing room. 92 not out. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, one of the 3 seamers that India have today. 2 slips have been placed for him, so India looking to attack, looking for early wickets.
Yes, and I think that's the one sure way of pressurizing South Africa. It's not a big target. It's under the asking rate, under 5 runs and over. So it's not a demanding asking rate, but it can be demanding if you get early wickets, and that is what India got to try and do, get the ball to swing. 2 new balls, 1 from each end, so make very good use of it. They've gone in with the extra seamer in this game.
Amla and South Africa get off the mark with that dab down to 3rd man. Under lights, how is the pitch going to behave? Because that will hold really the answers to all questions. 247 to get. How is the pitch going to behave under lights?
Yeah, I don't think it'll be too different. I think the key for South Africa would be the fact that they managed to have a roller on it. And once you get that roller on, it just plays nicely for those first initial 10 overs. Ball should come on just a touch more, hardens the surface up just that bit, allows you to hit through the line. Here's the bowling options we talked about. 3 changes for India today. Harbhajan Singh, he's in. Patel, no place for Mishra. And they've got that extension in the fast bowling department. But this one drifts too straight, and Quinton de Kock gets off to the perfect start. Easy pickings.
Yes, on the pads. Bhuvneshwar Kumar going round the wicket. This is a tactic that the Indians have tried to left-handers. Go round the wicket straight away. I'm not sure that works for the simple reason you must allow the bowler to bowl what he's used to naturally. And if that is bowling over the wicket, then maybe when you find that is not working for you, go around the wicket.
If you watch Bhuvneshwar Kumar bowl these days, you can see that he's trying to get some movement off the pitch. That ball again, trying to hit the seam on the pitch, which means he's just becoming the seam bowler rather than a swing bowler. They're just short of length, and round the wicket just helps Quinton de Kock when he's playing on the leg side, as you saw with the boundary. He's got this big in-swinger when he wants to bowl it. Ideal time to bowl it to a left-hander. The slip has come off. It's gone down to short square leg, between backward short leg and short square leg.
I think it's a good move, because the ball will come into curve back into the left-hander, and he's got a tendency to flick the ball sometimes a little bit up in the air, so it's a good move from Mahendra Singh Dhoni.
I like the field setting as well, Sonny, but I must admit, I'm with Sanjay. I would stay over the wicket, get the ball to swing back at the left-hander. If he walks across, there's a danger. If he misses it, he's out LBW, can bowl him. And if he does decide to clip it leg side, then you've got that man catching just behind square. Push away again. Starts off with 5 from the over.
One of the things that the South African batsmen will have to contend with is tremendous support for the Indian outfit. The Indore crowd here was silent, very serious when India lost all those wickets, but they are now right in the game. Umesh Yadav with the second over of the innings. Well bowled, that swing. There's going to be runs, but right ideas from Umesh Yadav.
That's a very good delivery. A bit loose from Hashim Amla. He probably would like to have a look at a delivery or two before going hard at it, but it's worked out okay. He's got that outside edge. It's gone away to the boundary. Decent length. There's the shape. He just lets the hands go at it, does Amla. We talked about the crowd, and they were very quiet off that first boundary from Quinton de Kock. India need to give them something to cheer about, and that's early wickets.
Goes short on that occasion. We saw Mahendra Singh Dhoni having a chat with Umesh Yadav as they were making their way onto the field. You don't see that very often. Generally leaves the players to do their business. Mahendra Singh Dhoni has always been that kind of a captain. Two excellent slip fielders. Dhoni the batsman delivered today. We'll see whether Dhoni the captain delivers.
They'd be absolutely super keen for his team to get over the line, and now that he's contributed with the batting, I would like nothing more than to lead from the front and take them over the line.
Well bowled. That's beaten him outside the off stump.
This is why I want Kumar to come over the wicket. I've seen Yadav shape the ball away to the right-hander, and it gives you that extra option. If it does just nip, like we saw there with a slightly scrambled seed, it goes across that left-hander. Now he's not too sure. Will he be nipping the next one back at me, or will he go across me? Starting to make him think. When you come around the wicket, you give him that option of him getting onto off-stump and not worrying about the LBW.
First ball was right up to the batsman, to Hashim Amla. After that, he's just been short, so trying to hit the pitch. Umesh Yadav. He also can swing the ball. As you can see, they're pretty excited in the crowd now. Almost got his 10th 100 in 50 overs cricket, Mahendra Singh Dhoni. And he walks into bat inside the 20 overs. He's got 900s doing that. Got his 10th today, almost got his 10th. Full delivery straight to the fielder. Shikhar Dhawan is the man.
He's got 2 slips in position, so the line of attack is good from Umesh Yadav around the off stump. The ball moves just a little bit. Those 2 slips will certainly come into play. So these 3 deliveries to Quinton de Kock have been very good deliveries.
Good running, you get a single and keep strike. 11 runs for no wicket, 2 overs gone. Misfield. Akshar Patel, the fielder, just get the single on the offside.
Never easy when they meet you on the half volley as a backward point fielder. Only cost him 1 run though. Who has played the best innings of the ODI series so far? Well, the current flavour is Dhoni. Villiers and Rohit were impressive in the first game.
Fresh memory of that innings. A.B. de Villiers played superbly, turned out to be a match-winning 100 at Kanpur, although I thought Rohit Sharma, on sheer quality of batting, played the better innings in that match, my personal view. 92 not out, that's what he finished with, giving India a glimmer of hope in this match. Came into bat in the 13th over, Mahendra Singh Dhoni. India were in desperate trouble. Came in before. Is the price for it.
This nice little half volley on the pads. Dhoni's got a fielder there in catching position and also at mid wicket, but going past that fielder, there it is. Nice little half volley on the leg stump. No problem at all for de Kock. It's never a problem for a batsman when the ball is a half volley in at the pads. Just work it away for runs.
Goes back to just bowling shorter after that boundary where he tried to get the ball up.
Yeah, he was trying to shape it away from the left hand. You could see the seam position was angled towards the slip cord, and have a look at it here. He's looking for the ultimate delivery though, to come wide on the crease with that new ball and then started angling in and then shape it away. He's searching for too much. Basics up front are so important. Just keep it simple and stick to what your strengths are, and once you've settled into your spell, then maybe look for a few variations.
Technically too, when he's bowling round the wicket, his shoulder is pointing towards the leg slip. He's better off bowling over the wicket. 18 for no loss.
Excited faces in the crowd, waiting in anticipation.
Cock's bat, and it was low. He made a lot of room, diving to the right. He had to do it quickly. He did it, and the ball went into his hands. And just as those elbows hit the ground, it just popped out. There he had it at that moment. His arms hit the ground. Out she goes. You'd have thought he had his man. In fact, he still thought he had his man. When he checked back just to confirm, he realised that the ball had popped out, and Quinton de Kock's got himself a laugh.
Bowls at full, and he gets 4 runs towards long off. Once again, that familiar start from India where they can see too many runs, no pressure at all on the opposition.
Rubbing salt into the wounds with that boundary, because this was an opportunity. Rohit Sharma is a brilliant fielder, but it's when he hit the ground that the ball bounced out of his grasp, and then adding insult to injury. Beautiful shot for a boundary.
Always happens to the bowler, Sonny, always. Get a drop catch, and then the next one goes to the boundary. Thick edge will bring around another 2 runs. He hasn't deserved this so far in the over, has Yadav?
And that's why it's a batsman's game, Polly.
We've always known that, and I won't argue that. That's for sure.
But you're blessed, you see, because you were always an all-rounder, so you could be both ways.
Yeah, I suppose. Got the advantage of batting occasionally. The problem with that catch of Rohit Sharma was that left hand didn't come around and just go on top of the right hand. He left it just in the one hand, and as that contact was made with the ground, she popped out like a bit of soap. There was absolutely nothing he could do. Ideally, technically wise, you want to try and get that left hand around and join them together so that you can hold on.
One slip comes out at the behest of Umesh Yadav. It's a nice man, Mahendra Singh Dhoni. All Umesh Yadav had to do was want a fielder on the offside from slips, and immediately that fielder was offered to the bowler.
South Africa scoring at almost 7 runs and over, and their original required rate was just under 5, so well ahead of the scoring rate.
Quite intent on bowling a shot of length, kind of length. Umesh Yadav, he's got a wonderful outswinger. I think this is maybe just trying to get the line right, bowl defensively to curb the runs.
He's been a little bit burnt this over, hasn't he? When he's gone that fuller length to Quinton de Kock, he got punched down the ground. So he's wary of not being too full. It's the nerve you have to hold in order to hit the ideal length and give it that chance to swing, but not be too full so that you get driven down the ground.
Well played. A wonderful wrist of Hashim Amla to get that boundary. 11 runs from the over. It's 29 for no wicket. Just over that fielder at mid-on. So this is trying to put pressure on a young left-arm spinner.
Yeah, Hashim Amla not allowing him to settle. We saw him in the T20s, he bowled rather flat, so I'm interested to see if he gives a little bit more air in the one-day games. And Amla thinks, if you give it any more air and it's above my eyes, I'm coming down the wicket at you. Just the 2 men out, one behind square on the leg side, one long off, so the leg side is vacant.
It's quite amazing when you watch them limbering up. Everyone tends to spin the ball. We've seen Harbhajan Singh as well in preparation, flight the ball and get it to spin. Akshar Patel too. That's why they say match practice. It's completely different. He's got that something. Dhoni whips the bails off. Akshar Patel gets a wicket. Hashim Amla trying to repeat the earlier intention. This time failing. India have got their first wicket.
And he bowled it cleverly outside the off stump. If to the earlier boundary, he would bowled it around the batsman's middle and leg stump. This one, see, he's bowled it outside the off stump. Read him well, going for the big hit. And while there was no turn, Dhoni makes no mistake. Akshar Patel strikes. It's 40 for 1.
There weren't any obvious sign that the average as well. Akshar Patel with his tail up. There's that stock delivery where the ball comes back in. If you see, it's not big spin that has got him. It's more the change of line. With the bowler very aware of the charge given by the batsman.
Amla used his feet well and executed over mid-on earlier in the over. He tried to go the same leg side, didn't want to go with the spin to the offside. Is this another wicket? No, immediately Alim Dar says not out. 4 runs and a wicket from the over. 44.
And in the gap, lots of time of the back foot for Quinton de Kock. He enjoys playing in India.
He's been looking for a bit of room outside off stump. Gets a little bit, but he makes it even more with his body shape and weight transfer. Good hands through the ball.
Akshar trying to bowl a bit quicker, not getting his length right and the line right.
Not the prettiest shot you'll see, but it'll do. One bounce into the boundary over mid-wicket. He's hit that against the turn, brings up 50.
Yeah, a little bit of cat and mouse here at the moment between South Africa and India. India requiring early wickets to put South Africa under pressure. South Africa have looked to be positive so far in the first 9.1 overs. Build that partnership Get them closer to that score.
Might have come off the toe, actually, that one. Toe of the bat.
Yeah, de Kock just going through with the shot. Seeing only two fielders on the onside who are inside the circle. Coming back to the point of pace, Harsha, what's the right pace for a spinner? But I think what is noticeable for a batsman is the change of pace. I think anywhere over 10 kilometers per hour has a difference between your fastest ball to the slowest delivery. That's straight into Longoff's hand. De Kock is out.
Oh, it made 34 at run a ball, and Quinton de Kock has thrown it away. Only two fielders allowed outside the circle, and he could not have found the long off fielder with greater precision had he tried.
Just a little bit of drop from Harbhajan Singh, but you can't help but think that it's not a smart shot from Quinton de Kock. He's got the boundary in the over already. South Africa not chasing a massive total here. More important to build that partnership. He gives it away. He's got the start. Had 34 on the board. He's thrown it all away. South Africa 52 for 2.
Well, it's not AB de Villiers, it's JP Duminy. Just under 40, strike rate 84, excellent numbers. AB de Villiers has a little injury, so he's sitting out a little longer. Harbhajan won't mind. He's got another left-hander to bowl to.
There's the wicket of Quinton de Kock, giving himself a bit of room, trying to hit extra cover. Just dragged it a little bit too long off. Soft dismissal for South Africa.
Straight away in the gap. And at this stage of the innings, for another couple of balls at least, if you hit the gap, you got a 4.
Some composure certainly needed from these two. JP Duminy's looked the informed man on this tour so far. Faf du Plessis certainly need the experience now to build a little partnership here. It's South Africa. Calm those nerves a little bit.
So 8 of that over, but a wicket materialized. It's 56 for 2 after 10. 248 to get. Remember, lots of bats coming out now. Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Umesh Yadav will 5 overs for 32. Next 6, 2 for 26.
There is some turn for Harbhajan Singh, so he'll be looking to not just spin the ball away from Duminy, but looking to bring the ball back in as well. The quicker one that he bowls.
A little bit of cat and mouse outside that off stump. There's a little bit of purchase, as you say. I know he's got 2 backward points and the sweeper back. He wants JP Duminy to be driving at that, bringing the slip into play.
That's a perfect ball. That's a perfect delivery. He has a bit of cover now at deep point. Just tossed it up a little bit and beat him in flight. There was some spin as well.
Now, Anil, nobody knows Harbhajan Singh better than you do. How do you know when he's bowling at his best?
I'm going to call the leg side sweep here from JP Duminy in this over.
2 slips. Come on, Graham. It's one thing to call what the batsman's do, what batsman's going to do. It's another to guess what the bowler's going to do. He set it up for your call.
I think Baji bowls at his best, or when you're looking at him, if he's not hurried in his run-up, if he's relaxed and running in, that's when you know that the ball is coming out really nicely.
So the question that follows is it coming out nicely for you now?
It is. You can see from here that he's running in pretty relaxed and it's coming out nicely. Otherwise, he tends to rush in a bit, and that's when he can bowl the odd short ball.
He's picked up a wicket, that of Quinton de Kock. But you've got to say that de Kock himself played a part in that dismissal. It's just the one man there. That ball was in the 90 to 95 range. Otherwise, he's bowling largely sort of 80 to 90 range. Just 3 of that over. 12 gone at 61 for 2. It's a skiddy bouncer.
That's a good start, although he nearly fell over. There's bowling mark there. But a good start. Cross seam. Good line and length.
You always grow up being told that the seam is your best weapon. And it's amazing how often bowlers bowl cross seam.
The faster bowlers actually bowling cross seam.
You never miss a chance, do you, Anil? That's about the pace he'll bowl at, about 132. India really only have one bowler who will go beyond that pace, and that's Umesh Yadav, who's bowled 2 indifferent overs today. Big cricket centre, this Indore. We don't come here too often for matches, but when there was a big first-class team from here called Holkar, they played a lot of matches here. You'll see ground stands named after Imran Jagdale, C.S. Naidu, Chandu Sarwate. The pavilion we're broadcasting from, 2 huge names, C.K. Naidu Pavilion, and everybody's favourite from that era. And you heard great stories about him. Captain Mushtaq Ali opened the batting with Vijay Merchant, one of the legendary opening partnerships. Then C.S. Naidu, brother of legendary C.K. C.K.'s daughter Chandra Naidu still lives here. She's 81 years old, and I'm going to speak to her. Chandu Sarwate. Bhopal and Gwalior, the 2 big cities, but Indore is the commercial capital of the state. Bhopal, the political capital. Originally a part of the Maratha Empire and is ruled by the Holkar dynasty. Big influence all along. And the Rajwada Palace, the home of the Holkar. You saw that in Hindi said Rashtra ke naam samarpit, donated to the country. Holkar, one of the great patrons of Indian cricket when the time the princes were in charge of Indian cricket. Dennis Compton might have played here as well.
Myself and Polly ventured out yesterday to see some of the sights and sounds of Indore.
Did he become part of the sights as well?
Fastest I've seen Polly move out of the shopping centre ever.
Are you suggesting he's normally a slightly more languid mover?
Languid, lanky.
It's a good ground, this. I remember I came here in 97. There's an India-Sri Lanka game. It had to be called off because the pitch wasn't good enough. But thereafter, it's been a really good batting surface. Virendra Sehwag likes to play here. Must get Graham Smith in some of that headgear. Just 2 of the over. After 17, it's 79 for 2.
Stage, India was 76 for 2.
Challenge here for Dhoni to get the most of it as out of his spinners. Obviously, he's got Akshar and Harbhajan Singh as the first options. What time does he go to Suresh Raina? How much does he bowl the seamers? Not enough runs on the board. That's something that will constantly haunt him. Sean Pollock next to me. And Wasim Akram next to him. Welcome, Wasim.
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, everyone. 80 for 2 in 17.2. Going well for South Africa so far. Johnny, how are you, buddy?
I'm good, and you, Waz? I just had to remind him, Sanjay, that he must speak English here, not Hindi.
So you mean to say he speaks Hindi there?
I think so. But I'll give you a Hindi word just now if someone plays a nice shot.
I remember that.
There you go, that's a nice shot. Does well, but the ball may still go and touch the rope. It does.
Rohit Sharma just tried to pass that to Yadav. Was punched beautifully off the back foot, placed nicely, just beats that man at short cover. And Rohit Sharma makes some good yards, tries to pass it to his bowling mate, who gets a hand of it, unfortunately can't control it, and then it just rolls in and touches it.
How good was that shot of the back foot from Faf du Plessis? Look at his numbers and they tell you something about him as a player, that he's a hard guy to bowl to. He keeps the strike rotating all the time. Strike rate of 83 in his career. Doesn't appear to be a big hitting kind of batsman. 18 overs gone, 87 for 2. Good shot. And this outfield has become like a billiard tabletop. Good dive, and could be a successful dive in the end.
A quality bit of fielding. Right, but Sharma's just trying to nip the ball back at Faf du Plessis, not giving much room through the offside, so there's no protection back for him. And that was the technique I saw perfected by Andrew Simons for the first time. Throwing his body face first and just scooping the ball back. And that's quality. Every run's going to be vital for this Indian team.
Tremendous effort from Akshar Patel. Saved a run for his team. 91 for 2 now. Runs are coming easily for both du Plessis and Duminy. Down leg side. Missed it. They're going to settle for 1.
Interesting to see that you were also a video analyst at the time, and also then the coach.
What were you talking about? His wrist position or his front arm?
Yeah, just his wrist position. I feel that he just rolls it out a little bit to the side from time to time. But it wasn't much adjustment, just a small little mental checkpoint for him. And made him feel comfortable. He hasn't played for a while, so it's sometimes just the small things that need reminding. It wasn't too much. You don't want to get too intense in the middle of a series and get too technical on any players. Just want to make them feel a little bit more confident about the way it's coming out. And hopefully that's what happened with Morne.
He's a great lad, Morne Morkel. A new dad with a baby girl. Good running. These boys are quick between the wickets, that's for sure.
It was a slightly risky run that attacked the ball. Saw it very early, just couldn't get it in his hands to unleash that throw.
When you're defending a smallish total, you need to use all these things to your advantage. You can't give easy singles. You need to try and create half opportunities from that. Maybe bring about a run out through a direct hit. Keep the South Africans under pressure in every single aspect that you can control.
Six runs from the over, 19 overs gone. It's 93 for 2.
Under 115 kilometers an hour, the previous delivery, change of pace from Mohit. 93 for 2 in 19, required run rate 5 and over. They have 8 wickets in hand. And this partnership is building up. 41. The pack house here
First sign of Suresh Raina as the off-spinner, which is really on the cards. And when you see Raina bowl that many overs, you just wonder whether India keep missing the trick of playing 3 spinners. Went with 3 seamers and just 2 genuine spinners in Akshar Patel and Harbhajan Singh. Bowled 7 overs in the last match. Well played.
Talk about the trick that may be missed, but maybe they're saving that trick for the 5-day version, where the surfaces will turn and they'll pick the 3 spinners. Loves to play that shot, and that's why Dhoni tends to put the fielder almost straight behind him, because he scoops it up in the air. The left-handed Duminy has a slip in place. Duminy also likes to get a little paddle out, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets down on his knee. There we go. I should pick up 2 this time. It's frustrating for a captain, because when that's done, you want to get a fielder in that place to prevent those runs from transpiring, and you generally have to take an attacking fielder away, so someone from the offside, which means it opens up another gap on the offside for Duminy to target.
And look how smart the batsmen have been. They know before Suresh Raina really settles and he bowls those quick deliveries, straight deliveries. They've gone with the spin. Once again, 2 runs. At the moment, they're milking Suresh Raina till he gets the confidence to bowl a little slower in the air, get that ball to spin.
There's no mystery to him, is there? There's no other deliveries. It's basically an off-spinner and maybe a quicker off-spinner. So you know that even if he comes up with something slightly different, you can get down with confidence and paddle him around.
He was down leg side. That delivery was easy shot from JP Duminy, a quality player. Short delivery, 6 runs on the over. Already 2 balls to go. 99 for 2 now.
Yeah, there was spin at Kanpur, but here if you want to get the ball to spin, you've got to really flight it, bowl slow in the air. On occasions when Amit Mishra was bowling the quicker delivery, that ball also was turning in Kanpur. But not on the surface. To get spin, you've got to bowl slow in the air. Harbhajan Singh in that very unique position. So another good shot on the offside. The second time he's played a back foot cover drive for 4.
Brings up the 100 for South Africa, and also the 50 partnership between du Plessis and Duminy. This is the danger. Is Raina's aware that Faf du Plessis looking to paddle him on the leg side, so he doesn't want to get too straight, and all of a sudden he offers a little bit of width. And du Plessis jumps onto it in a flash, rocks back, punches it square, boundary.
Beautifully played shot. 51 of 62 without any discomfort. 10 runs from the over. 20 gone, 103 for 2.
There's that bottom hand coming into play to get 4 runs. At this stage, that's a big wicket that India needs. Faf du Plessis just controlling the innings at this stage.
Now, after seeing du Plessis playing this shot, it appears to me that he was expected a short delivery and he was ready. And he middled it to perfection between mid-wicket and mid-on. His quick delivery, 143 kilometers an hour, but again on the shorter side.
Interesting that grip that he has, the bottom hand grip. It's tailor-made for this kind of a shot. The way he grips the bat. Playing really well at the moment. 32 of 37, 110 for 2. It had a big impact on the series, but Suresh Raina gets the second over after 10 of his first, and at the moment they seem very, very comfortable against him.
Not a problem. He's not turning. He's just bowling straight. 83, 84 kilometers an hour. Nothing is happening. Both the batsmen are well set. Du Plessis on 32, Duminy on 26. Partnership is worth 59 now. They need a wicket here.
There have been matches in the past that we played, at least I've played, where one team was under the impression that it's an official international match, the other team wasn't. Can you imagine that? But it's happened in the 80s and 90s.
Once I remember in Sharjah, one day international, both the teams, both the openers are padded up and out. Yeah, nobody knew who's batting first. Both the teams thought they were.
So openers of both teams were padded
up.
There's another one from Faf du Plessis, the third back foot cover drive that we've seen.
Anything that's been back of a length, he's been severe on in his innings so far as Faf du Plessis. They're trying to create some pressure and trying to create an opportunity on India, so they're keeping the field up and setting it in a specific way to try and get him to target the leg side, but there's continual width, and when it's given to him, he's not missing out.
We've got that very strange fielder to cover up the lap sweeps and reverse sweeps, but what now Faf is doing is just playing normal shots.
I don't think so. He's gonna play that shot anymore. He's well set. 117 for 2. Body language is down as far as Indian team concerned.
22 was gone. 118 for 2. It's gone a bit quiet here in Indore because this is a good partnership. 66 of 75. It's not a massive target to chase. And at the moment under lights, batting is looking quite easy. The ball is coming onto the bat. And this guy is looking really good. It was a quick shot delivery, but what a shot that was.
Yeah, quality again. The short ball has to be shorter than that. It's coming through midriff power. And Faf du Plessis is sitting on 42. Is not going to miss out on that. It needs to be above the shoulder so he doesn't control it. He's in full control there. Rolls those wrists. Smashes it in front of square.
Wow, unbelievable shot against the quick bowler Umesh Yadav. Expensive. 3.1 overs, 27. Economy rate of 8.53. Slow delivery, no problems for Faf. He's on 43.
Okay, we've got a question in the Ask the Experts. Aditya Setia. This one is for Sean Pollock. Who was the toughest to bowl to, Dravid, Ganguly or Tendulkar? So he's not given you much of a choice.
So no pressure
between the three.
So no pressure, buddy.
So I'll answer this with Sehwag. In India, okay, we're presuming that the game's taking place in India. Oh, inside edge, and that's probably going to go away to the boundary. Yes, Shikhar Dhawan gives up. So a lucky boundary there for JP Duminy.
He's bowled a short ball that's gone for 4. So he's tried one full. That too has gone for 4. But unlucky on this occasion, Umesh Yadav.
Going back to that question, I'd probably have to say Sachin. Hardest to get out would have been Dravid. Ganguly probably would have been looking to score runs quickly, particularly in the one-days. With some good battles with Sachin at the top of the order. So I know it'll be a popular decision as well if I said Sachin. So we'll go along with that.
Right decision, buddy.
I didn't play this game. This is the one he got the 200 in, thank goodness. I was sitting on my sofa back home watching that.
Yeah, the first double 100 in one-day international happened in Gwalior. India batted first and put the South African attack to the sword, led by Tendulkar. There have been a few after that. Rohit Sharma has got 2. Virendra Sehwag got his double 100, as we have repeatedly told you on this ground. The interesting thing is he got to his 200 in the 44th over, Mr. Sehwag. But he wasn't the option in the toughest batsman that he bowled to.
Yeah, he probably was. I mean, now that you've just thrown his name into the equation. I mean, he had a wonderful ability to hit the ball square of the wicket from quite tight in the off stump, and I was always looking to keep it quite tight on that area and tuck them up for space, and he just had a wonderful ability to create some great power and then also just go over the top. So now that you mentioned him, we'll just say it. This is dragged in. Good shot there from JP Duminy to end the over. 131 for 2.
And then 300 was just a stroll in the park for some of the bowlers that followed. Lance Gibbs was the first spinner and the first West Indian bowler actually to get 300 wickets. They had all these great fast bowlers, but nobody got 300 wickets. Oh, that's going to be close. Yes, it is. Very close. Second wicket for Akshar Patel. And once again, a little bit of optimism now starting to come in, at least in the crowd.
Duminy couldn't go for the pedal. There was a fielder in the place for that, so he decided to go for the hard sweep. faster delivery and makes contact with him just on and around off stump. The umpire judges it to have made contact between stump and stump, and the finger goes up. The third South African wicket goes down. Japani Udumani has to depart for 36. South Africa are 134 for 3.
Read somewhere in the last 8 innings that he's played in India, his average is close to 160. Loves Indian pitches. We've seen that in the last match. He's off the field for about 25 minutes towards the end of the innings. South Africa were in the field.
See his strike rate, 99.4. It can't be long before he averages 100 in the strike rate department.
Interesting, we've been talking about that bottom-handed grip of Faf du Plessis, but we'll come to that later. Pretty straightforward, this one. Good decision by the umpire. Impact well within the stumps. Vinit Kulkarni, the umpire.
Good decision.
Slightly variable bounce, again trying to punch it off the back foot.
Wes, I hear your point. I agree with you. Don't try too much on the new batsman you can target. But I also think every once in a while there's just that opportunity. If you're in a test match here and they've got a batsman that's set, you say to the guys, okay, one of these deliveries in the over, I'm going to bowl him a bouncer. If he goes at it, we've got 2 men back at fine leg and square leg. We pick up that wicket, all of a sudden we've got 2 new batters at the crease. But only once in a while. You've got to keep it consistent. Don't give anything for free. But I reckon it's worth the gamble. That one's a peach, absolute peach. Pitching and jumping it past that outside edge.
Brilliant bowling. Let's have a look. Cross seam just went away a little bit from Faf du Plessis.
I just wish we can keep this footage for Kapil Dev, who gets really distressed when he sees seam bowlers bowl with a cross seam. Now that is something that he can do on pitches that don't have too much for you as a bowler. Oh, he's got that through. The timing is there. The practice pitches will help the cause. 4 more runs, and this is turning out to be a fabulous knock from Faf du Plessis. Fabulous Faf.
Fabulous Faf indeed. Wonderful cover drive here. Slightly over pitched, and he just caresses it through the covers. But India need to really work hard in the field here. They've got to try and get half stops on this. You see how close it gets. He's gone over it, has Raina. He really will be disappointed.
There's that shot again. This time he calls for a single. So dive, but it wasn't a direct hit. So Faf du Plessis survived, gets a 50 as well. And South Africa 139 for 3.
Yeah, it required a dive, and it was Mbati Radu who's on the field now who made the throw. It could have been close. But he's safe, and he's through to his 18th ODI 50 as Faf du Plessis.
Maybe de Villiers, we think he's got a back problem of some sort, hurt it in the field. Spent the last 23 minutes off the field in the South African bowling session. It's never easy to manoeuvre with a sore back. If you've ever had a sore back, I'll tell you what, until it loosens up a little bit. Out, caught cover. Big wicket for India. Virat Kohli takes a good catch, jumps up and gets hold of it. The big wicket of Faf du Plessis.
Well, our India back in the game. 4 wickets down now, and a well-set batsman making the long walk back to the dressing room. Tossed up just a little bit, and Faf du Plessis looking to go down the pitch, hit it over extra cover, not quite getting hold of it. And what a fine catch that from Virat Kohli. Timing his jump to a nicety. Faf du Plessis thought that he'd hit a boundary. Unfortunately, Virat Kohli was the stumbling block. So the 4th South African wicket gone for 141. Du Plessis out for 51.
141 for 4. New man in David Miller, more than handy with the bat. He can be destructive. A similar strike rate to his captain A.B. de Villiers, 99 the strike rate. It's all about taking wickets for India from now on. Slip in position. De Villiers the man on strike now. Be happy with the single. De Villiers, but a good wicket. Just tossed to the ball, except Patel not to the pitch of the ball. Bottom man coming into play. It's a fabulous catch.
It's a line that is bowled. He's bowled a very good line around the off stump. His stock ball is the one that comes in. The one that goes straight through with the arms, comes into the right-hander. But he's getting the odd ball to turn, and that's where he's got his wickets. But the important thing now, just 2 overs left for him to finish his quota. So what is Mahendra Singh Dhoni going to do? Is he going to look for wickets? He's got to look for wickets, because that's the one way he's going to pressurize South Africa. Oh, he's gone! What a ball that from Bhuvneshwar Kumar. So David Miller gone to the first ball that he's faced. And South Africa have lost their 5th wicket.
That's an absolute beauty from Bhuvneshwar Kumar. 139.8 Ks. Not much a new man at the crease can do anything about. And look at the bounce. It carried nicely to the left of Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Very good results here for India. A wicket coming at the right time. They picked up 2 wickets to get back into the match. And South Africa have lost their 5th. David Miller will be disappointed. He's gone for a duck. First ball duck. And 142 for 5. .142 for 5. Du Plessis first and then Miller. It's a beautiful delivery there from Bhuvneshwar Kumar. New man in. Behruddin. The strike rates are really good. It's about handling pressure. Slip in position, Suresh Raina.
Absolutely, the pressure's on now. Game sitting in the balance here. It's a good delivery, just the extra bounce. It's a good delivery from Bhuvneshwar Kumar. A great catch from Dhoni. You can't help but feel that South Africa have got themselves into this position. A little bit of lack of care factor in certain dismissals. And a good delivery from Kumar. And he plods to his left there, floats. Takes a good catch.
And this is the reason why you need to question why he was bowling round the wicket to Quinton de Kock. He's got this natural away-going delivery from the left-hander. But by going round the wicket, he actually didn't give himself the chance to get that delivery going when he had the brand new ball in his hand. He's got to try and bowl over the wicket. When he made his debut for India, remember he bowled over the wicket, LS, and he got the Pakistani left-handers in trouble.
Big banana swing. That's a thing that I was going to talk about, the length as well. When you're a swing bowler, you expect to bowl a much fuller length. Somebody like a Umesh Yadav bowls the 140s, but he bowls short and he goes for runs as well. If you want to do something in the air, you've got to bowl a much fuller length. And the length was perfect with the dismissal of David Miller.
If anything, Miller defending maybe a little bit square early on in his innings. You want to just almost be hitting the ball back where it comes from as a left-hander, but it was the extra bounce that created the opportunity to get the edge. And now South Africa are under the pump a little bit. Don't bat. Not much batting after this partnership with the bowlers to come. Just see the angle of the bat, just facing extra cover, backward point. The extra bounce is what creates the opportunity.
Terrific over this from Bhuvneshwar Kumar. Just the 1 run and a wicket. 142 for 5. And they got to 247 for 9, mainly because of the brilliance of Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Ajinkya Rahane looked good for his half century. South Africa 152 for 5. De Villiers and Behruddin together.
Akshar Patel's finished his quota of 10 overs. Best figures in one-day cricket for him. 3 for 39. And bowled really well. Kumar is in his 7th over. Yadav's got 6. AB de Villiers made it look so easy. Never the easiest of shots to play, the one through mid-wicket. But he's made it look so simple.
Yes, and that's South Africa's first boundary in the 5 overs. India had built up some superb pressure. A couple of wickets in a clump. South Africa have had to absorb a little bit. De Villiers gets one on leg stump and puts it away beautifully.
Slip has come out to mid-wicket now after the boundary. Could be the last over in this spell for Bhuvneshwar Kumar. Might see Harbhajan Singh back into the attack. Looking for another wicket.
I think Harbhajan will come here. Akshar Patel's side now.
Lost 5 wickets so far. South Africa in the run chase. Amla was the first to go. Very good delivery. Ball wide outside off stump. Little bit of turn. Dhoni doing the rest. And then the inside out shot from de Kock was the quicker delivery from Harbhajan Singh. Mohit taking a simple catch in the deep. And it was the left palm spinner that struck. 3 for 39.
1 or 2 dismissals that just lacked a little bit of care factor from a South African batting point of view. Chasing a massive total here on a good surface, fast outfield, as you see JP Duminy attempt to sweep. Du Plessis chipping one to cover, and a good catch from Virat Kohli.
So 5 runs in this over because of the boundary. Very good shot. Using the feet. It's gone the distance as well. It's flat. It's 6. Special shot this from de Villiers. 11 runs of the over. 163 for 5.
In these situations we see Harbhajan coming on. It's so important when you're under pressure to be true to yourself, Sunny. Maybe de Villiers naturally an attacking player. Obviously reads situations well. But he's not the type of player that's just going to sit back and allow India to dictate, control the game for a little bit. He's going to take it to them, as we saw there. Just needs Biodin and him just need to build this, get to a point. Not much to come after this with the South African batting lineup. The bowlers next. But it's so important to be true to yourself under pressure. And maybe de Villiers showing that here. Down the wicket. Boy, did he hit this hard.
Probably also realized Harbhajan Singh will be from the other end, like you mentioned. Had to go for the big shot. The crowd's got to be careful there. The kid almost got the kid.
Have a leg step in position because both batsmen are walking towards the off stump and looking to work the ball away to the onside. This is the last wicket. David Miller caught behind of a beauty of a delivery from Bhuvneshwar Kumar. Just bounce a little bit more. And David Miller was forced to play at a diving catch that by Mahendra Singh Dhoni.
Change of angle going round the stumps. Harbhajan Singh. The run rate required in this run chase was never a problem. It's all about taking wickets. For India and for South Africa, just keep wickets in hand.
Imran Tahir looks pretty relaxed.
Harbhajan Singh into his 7th over. So in the next 3 overs, he's got to take at least a wicket or 2. If India are to run this game close. Shikhar Dhawan, the field at the deep, will be a single to end the over. 167 for 5.
Required run rate not an issue for South Africa. They are clearly on top of India. in that graph that you see there, it's just the wickets lost. 5. They've got 7 pure batsmen, mind you, in this lineup. A wicket or 2 the next couple of overs. And they've got one right now. Virat Kohli takes another stunner. Mohit Sharma gets a wicket. And those torches will be burning even brighter now.
Huge blow for South Africa. De Villiers, who's looked to counter punch, he's been under pressure, and all of a sudden he's come good and started to play a little bit of freedom. This one he tries to punch off that back foot, and all he can do is succeed in knocking it to a mate of his at Bangalore. Just punching it in airborne, and it's a good catch, moving to his left. He holds on to it as he hits the ground, and the big wicket of De Villiers has come and gone. 6 down, 167 for 6.
Big man AB de Villiers gone. Big wicket for India now. Dale Steyn walking in for South Africa. Still 81 runs required.
There's actually an appeal from a couple of Indian fielders. That's why Alim Dar just waited to give that wide decision. Wasn't the greatest of delivery, but this modern day thing of wanting to get the runs through boundaries sometimes, backfires.
When you play in an aggressive nature, as De Villiers does, I suppose sometimes you're going to come unstuck. You're a bit disappointed with the fact that he hit it airborne, but how's the reaction in the background? The crowd ecstatic. The captain, look at that smile on his face. Huge moment in the game. Mohit Sharma back into the attack. De Villiers tried to put him under pressure from ball 1. Didn't work.
The required rate is not a challenge. 80 runs certainly are. And just watching Dale Steyn and his batting numbers when he walked in, a lot of Indian supporters would take heart from that. India in a serious chance here of winning this match.
And immense pressure on Behruddin as well. He's the batsman out there. He needs to carry the lower order along with him. So it's a huge task for Behruddin.
You're so right, Daniel. The man who in India were 133 for 6 at this time, but they had Mahendra Singh Dhoni with all the experience that he possesses. And he's seen it all come before him. Someone like Behruddin, well, he's pretty new at it, so he'll have a big part to play.
How the scenario changes when you have bowlers in 50 overs cricket taking wickets. Akshar Patel got 3. Bhuvneshwar Kumar 1 wicket. It just looks like just one solitary wicket, but that again puts so much pressure on the opposition in a run chase.
The reason that India did well in the World Cup up to the semi-final was because they got wickets in every game, all 10 wickets.
And sometimes we talk as commentators and we say, oh, he's not hitting the right length, he's not getting the ball to swing. And the reason why is because if you've got certain attributes, you've got to use them to your advantage. We saw in the World Cup, as you mentioned, Saudi and Bolt. They've got the ability to swing the new ball, and they used it to great effect of picking up early wickets. That's why when you see people like Kumar, you've seen what he's capable of. You've seen him shaping the ball away from right-handers, away from left-handers. You've got to use those attributes to be as effective as possibly can. Bring your best skill set to the party on each day and give the team the best opportunity for putting the opposition under pressure.
Well, I think this is going to catch on. All these people holding up their mobile phones and switching on their torches on the mobile phones. I think it's happened, I've been told, 2 or 3 times before. But now it has also coincided with India just bouncing back in this innings. So I think it's just going to catch on in this home series.
Well, maybe if they go from strength to strength, by the time we get to the Wankhede Stadium, we can have, well, it's called a torch, when you torch on, we can have a torch phone wave. How about that? You know how you stand up and you all do the wave and it goes around the ground? Maybe we'll get the torch wave by the time we get to Wankhede Stadium. There's a challenge for all the Indian viewers out there. Let's see if we can get that going by the time Mumbai comes along.
Get a single, and he'll come back for the second. You have such a creative mind, Sean Pollock. 171 for 6. Always need somebody like Anil Kumble around to get us back on track. got slightly distracted with these torches in the stands, and Anil Kumble is a big over coming up. And he's so right, this is a big over. The wicket now and the match is sealed.
And Dhoni's identified it as well. He's got that short leg in place. Little inside edge is the most probable dismissal for Dale Steyn, onto the pad and then popping up in that area. He's got all that bases covered.
He's gone with the spin, and that's gone a long way.
Well, Anil, I told you at the start of the over, it's a tendency of Dale Steyn's. If you give it a bit of air and you're a spinner, he'll try and take you downtown, and he's done exactly that. Well executed.
Yes, Dale Steyn saw it up in the air and didn't hold back. Harbhajan won't mind it though. India still has 71 runs to play with.
One of the spectators decided he wants to take that kookaburra home as a souvenir. No, he's produced it again. He's thrown it back onto the ground.
Sean Pollock wants to see this become a trend. Ah, there's the torch wave.
It's the start of it. By the time one kiddie comes along, I reckon we'll be sorted.
But the important thing to note right now is not as many torches out there in the stands. I think they've just exhausted their battery, most of them. It was just a wonderful moment where it almost seemed like it was like a starlit sky. Right, Harbhajan Singh round the wicket, now slip and a forward short leg. Oh, taken the outside edge, well clear of Suresh Raina. Good reactions from him at first slip. Two good balls, mind you. He shouldn't really be too upset about it, although it's conceded 10 runs.
Yeah, the change of angle, and what it does, it brings into play the outside edge. It brings in that ability of the spinner to beat the outside edge and the inside edge. And this is the one that slid on. And it's done exactly that for Dale Steyn. The outside edge, Raina waiting there in the slip cordon, puts his hand out but can't get anywhere near it in the end. And as you mentioned, 10 from 2. Dale Steyn's strike rate, 157.
What's your feeling, Sean? How's your team going to react to the situation?
Yeah, it's, I think it's touch and go. I don't think anyone's the favourite at this moment in time. Because I think Dale Steyn will decide to attack the spinners in particular. It's all about whether Behuddin will be able to steady the ship and be there at the end. There's that outside edge again. Just beats the outstretched hand of Raina.
So 10 runs from that over. It's 181 for 6. The Paytm Freedom Series, the tour schedule. We are at Indore for the second one-day international. 3 matches played, 1 abandoned, all 3 won by South Africa. But today we might just have a different result. A well played, good straight blade, getting into the short misfield, but won't cost India too much.
There's the Paytm Freedom Series. We are in the 5th match of the series so far. South Africa on top with 1 game abandoned. In the next match, Rajkot, 18th of October.
Got a test match in Bangalore. Anil?
Bengaluru, Sanjay.
Bangalore. That hasn't actually caught up as much as Chennai and Mumbai. Bengaluru.
Yes, I'm sure it's just a beginning, so it's very recent. I'm sure it will catch on.
So any ideas what kind of surface we can expect there? Still a long way away.
I'm thinking a green seamer personally. I think maybe we'll go for that option. Give the South Africans a nice surface to help. I've seen them carry through there nicely on occasion.
Yeah, it does carry on off the surface, but you know, as the game progresses, the cracks widen up. In fact, in one of the test matches, I bowled seam up on the last day. It's not that I didn't bowl seam up before, but Yes, I did bowl up seam and hit those cracks on the 5th day of the Test match.
Watched an India-New Zealand Test match and it was clearly a seamer's pitch. Tim Southee may have got 7 wickets in that one innings in that Test match. Steyn is looking good. Nice straight bat. Played a couple of straight drives. Not boundaries, but 2 singles. Survival at the moment for these 2 South African batsmen. Another reminder of something that will happen for the first time. That this is the Paytm Ranji Trophy, Delhi versus Haryana. Mind you, Virendra Sehwag will turn up for Haryana and play versus Delhi. And it's going to be live streaming on Hotstar and BCCI.tv. First time we'll have live coverage of Ranji Trophy on a digital platform.
A little partnership building up for South Africa with Dale Steyn and Behruddin. Dale Steyn playing the dominating partner here in this partnership.
.134 for 2, and then after that, a matter of 33 runs, 3 more wickets fell. And India now firmly back in this match. Surprise bouncer there from Mohit Sharma. 3 runs from the over. 184 for 6. One slip for Harbhajan. Required rate not an issue. The wickets are. Going to be runs. Maybe a bit of inside edge on the pads. Vinit Kulkarni will just confirm that for us. No bat. Signaled as leg by.
I think these are the big moments now. Dale Steyn on strike to Harbhajan Singh. We saw on the last over the outside edge and the big shot. And this is where the game is going to move forward. You might find boundaries and runs for South Africa, or you could see a wicket for India.
This ball flatter to say no flight on this occasion because the mid-off as well has been pushed back because they know that he can be a threat. Steyn.
Probably setting him up, Sanjay. Couple of flat ones and then one up in the air, enticing him to go for it. Yeah, he's come back over the stumps now to Dale Steyn.
Well played. He's really played it straight as much as possible, Steyn. Punjab versus Gujarat, Paytm Ranji Trophy, and this is of course going to be a live broadcast on television. Well done, Harbhajan Singh. An off spinner dive in that fashion in the last match. 2 runs of that over. 186 for 6.
South Africa needs 62 more runs to win. 4 wickets in hand. Dale Steyn and Behruddin at the crease. Strung together a nice partnership here. Still requiring 62 more to win this match. Umesh Yadav, the new bowler for India.
Oh, that's missed time and it's gone straight to hand. Umesh Yadav gets a wicket. The 7th wicket down, and India now seriously entertaining hopes of winning this match.
The second time that Asim is back into the attack, and with his first delivery he picks up the wicket. The last was de Villiers. This time Dale Steyn, the ball just standing up on him off a length. It hits the splice of the bat, and Kohli does well to cover a bit of yardage to pick up the catch. Dale Steyn ends up being on his way. Extra bounce here. It stands up there. You can see it hits high up on the bat sticker. Not the contact Steyn was after. A good catch over his shoulder by Kohli. And Dale Steyn's good little cameo comes to an end. Yadav, he's struck straight away. 186 for 7.
Seems like it's going to be time for players to have drinks as well, with the score at 186 for 7.
Kagiso Rabada, he was superb with the ball. And now he's got an opportunity to show what talents he possesses with the bat. Can be quite elegant to watch play, but not much experience to talk of. Just the 10 versus Bangladesh as his highest score. The early stages of his career, but he would have never faced a pressure situation like this in his career as yet.
Gets off the mark from the edge of the bat. Not for the first time in this series that we've seen Umesh Yadav get a wicket of the first ball of a new spell.
Here's the wicket again. Dale Steyn backing away. Bounced a bit more. Hit the splice of the bat, and very good catch by Virat Kohli running back.
Sean is trying to get those runs through boundaries. You think could have been maybe the old-fashioned classical approach of collect runs via singles and twos, as that cost South Africa.
I think that's maybe the way Behadin's looking at it. I think Dale Steyn was just told to, you just play. You see it and you want to hit it, you go at it. 60 required, 81 deliveries. Second slip in place. They're on the attack, India.
.104 for 5. Dhoni comes in, gets a 92 not out. We still believe, all of us, that it wasn't enough. 247. The bowlers needed to respond. And the captain's knock has been backed by some good bowling, wicket-taking bowling. That's made the difference. 3 wickets to Akshar Patel. That's made a huge difference. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar getting 1. Umesh Yadav, once again, very expensive. He's got 1 wicket. Keeps taking wickets, nobody's going to complain. Fish outside the off stump, Rabada. Expect him to come out and bat left-handed.
I must admit, I was the same when I saw him for the first time. I wasn't sure why he was left-handed, but we've got quite a few of them. And I think of all the guys in the South African side who throw with their right hands. Quinton de Kock throws right-handed, JP Dumley throws right-handed, David Miller throws right-handed, Morne Morkel throws right-handed, and Kagiso Rabada throws right-handed, but they all bat left. It's a trend we've got going in South Africa at the moment.
Another slip comes in.
Rabada wanted a single, and Behar then reminds him that he's the batsman out there. 188 for 7.
Mohit Sharma coming in place of Harbhajan Singh. Harbhajan still has 1 over left. Mohit Sharma 6. He's picked up a wicket. Key wicket of AB de Villiers. Mohit has picked up the key wicket of AB de Villiers.
South Africa will be a little bit disappointed if we have a look at some of the wickets that have fallen. There's been a few soft dismissals. I mean, chasing 248. This was maybe one. Hashim Amla had hit one of the deliveries early on that over mid-on and picked up a boundary. De Kock got set. He was playing some wonderful shots and then chipped it to the only man who was out on the offside. So he'll be disappointed with that. Germany put a good bit of captaincy there, because they put a man in at leg slip after all the paddles he had played, and he decided to go across and sweep that delivery. Judged out in front of the stumps.
This is going to keep a count on the number of batsmen that have got out playing the big shots. Maybe not too many, but two before that. Let's have a look. Next wicket was this one.
Yeah, and the wicket had just fallen, so 50%. No real requirement for him to chip it in the air. That was just a jaffa. First up, if you get one of those that bounces on you, not much you can do. The Villiers went hard at the first delivery from a Mohit Sharma spell, and then Dale Steyn also decided to hit one from back of the length. So I think there could be a judge. There's 3, maybe even 4 soft dismissals where there was no real need for them to play the massive shot, where they could have been a little bit more calculated about the process.
I counted 5, Sean. 5 batsmen playing the boundary shot, the big shot.
You said batsman. Dale Steyn was, he doesn't class as one.
3 slips again for Rabada. Oh, nice shot.
Shot, yaar. That was fantastic. Now that definitely deserved the shot, yaar. It was absolutely superb. On the up, through the covers. Oh, as elegant as it gets.
Hashtag Polly shot yard.
Do you see that? Do you see the middle of the bat? Absolute middle of the bat.
And a left-hander does it. It looks all the more elegant.
Worrying about the confidence that he would have got from that shot. Yeah, that tends to happen.
He got one of the slip fielders out of the cordon. There was 3, and then he smashes that one through, and one comes out. So it's a process.
Virat Kohli has had a good day in the field. Got run out today and he was livid when that happened. 3 catches, 1 brilliant, 1 real stunner with both hands towards his wrong side, towards his left. Well played. 6 runs so far from this over.
India need 3 wickets and South Africa 54 to win. Rabada did that with the ball, and South Africa will be hoping that Rabada can do it with the bat today.
Imran Tahir is padded up. David Miller, few issues for David Miller, has been short of runs, comes in at number 5 or 6, never easy at that position. But he's looking for some runs under the belt. Right, it's Behardien on strike. I'm sure will look to take a single to get to the other end. 5 fielders inside the circle, all coming very close. Keep him on strike, does well. Plays it down to long on, gets a single. 7 runs from the over. It's 195 for 7.
India were 161 for 6 at the same score, at the same stage. South Africa well ahead, but they've lost an extra wicket, and there's a pressure of the chase, and there isn't a Dhoni. Unless Behardien can shepherd South Africa home from here.
Do you want to give any more negatives, Harsha?
He's looking for the second and gets it easily. Gee, what a shot Kagiso Rabada played. And he put a little gentle one to mid-on after that. He shows he can bat.
Yeah, been so impressed with the way he thinks about the game and just reads the game. Certainly with the ball in the first 2 ODIs, it's been impressive from that perspective, and just looks calm out there with the bat. I'm sure inside it's like we always, Jacques Kallis always used to describe himself like a duck on water. See, tucked away leg side. He's calm on top of the surface, but underneath the feet are flapping like mad. Performed superbly under pressure. And I can tell you another man that's in the change room, Morné Morkel, when he's next into bat, there's certainly an array of shots in that change room, Sonny. He's working on every shot possible. Takes his batting very, very seriously. Morne Morkel.
Didn't you set him to open the batting in a test match once?
When I broke my hand in Sydney, he opened the batting and he still puts it down as his greatest disappointment getting out for North that day. He said that was his opportunity.
And such opportunities won't come again. One opportunity. But this is an opportunity for Rabada to show that he can win the match with the bats as well for his team. Shaping well. I see Hashim's got a brother there in the crowd.
You know, I saw a Virat Kohli look-alike in Kanpur, and I actually smiled at him. Now I think there's a bit of a glow on Hashim, the original. I saw Virat Kohli look-alike in the lobby of the hotel in Kanpur, and I actually turned and smiled at him. Holdings end up. Luckily for South Africa, balls is not an issue. 50 from 68, so they don't have to worry if they just block a few. Pipliapala Lake in Indore. Just a few sides around, get on a little boat and enjoy a quiet, relaxed evening. Commercial capital of Indore, of Madhya Pradesh. And a lot of them are here. If you want to go boating this evening, it's quite empty because all of Indore is here. Oh, good shot. I think just looking at Rabada, the first 9 to 10 balls, now 10 that he's played, I think Bahardin can breathe a lot better at the other end. Maybe rotate the strike as well, because you're not going to get these 49 only through boundaries and twos.
Yeah, it's a fine line at the moment between trying to take it as deep as possible, get close, try and get it down to 30 with hopefully 3 wickets in hand. What South Africa don't want at this stage is that rate to get to a runner ball, just over a runner ball, and India slowly squeaking their way. Just want to stay just slightly ahead of it. If they get a bad ball, make sure they put that bad ball away.
Required rate is still under 5, 4.39. So they really can afford to play a few dot balls. 199 for 7.
We said, as we see the batting partnership for South Africa, we said in the beginning of their innings that if India had a chance of winning this, they'd have to bowl South Africa out. That is the case still right now. With 11 overs to go, South Africa only needing 49 runs to win. Got themselves into a precarious position here. The game is still in the balance. Very, very exciting, the second ODI at Indore Stadium.
Not too sure whether Rabada has ever played against Harbhajan Singh. He's got 2 slips in position. Try and put some pressure on the young man. Have a man at silly point. Have somebody right in front of his eye line, not behind.
I wonder if he's the kind who'll see a couple and say mid-wicket's vacant. That's what Harbhajan wants him to think. That's why mid-wicket is not just inside the circle, but well inside. Oh, he's conceded the single, and you can see he's angry with himself. The plan was Harbhajan comes back for that last over to bowl to a left-hander, and he's got him off strike. Oh, I think he slipped a little before that as well. Still a slip even for the right-hander. Up goes a finger. Well, we were talking about bringing Harbhajan on to get rid of Rabada. He's got the batsman at the other end. He took his time with the decision. What you've got to check is the sound, whether it came off pad or bat. But the fact is that Farhan Behardien is off. The appeal largely originated with the wicket-keeper. Now just take a look at this from Dhoni, because he comes up with the appeal first. If it hit anything at all, it hit the bat. Didn't hear a sound as that one passed. Vinit Kulkarni thought he heard something. This is a big moment. Behardien for 18. It's 200 for 8. Now Imran Tahir will be called wide. Morne Morkel, one South Africa's opening batsman, now down to number 11. But Imran Tahir, now this is the wicket, listen carefully. Not completely certain. I think the people who know best are the technical people down in our control room. Hawkeye doesn't believe anything was there. Oh, sorry, Altredge.
I think harsh decision on Behardien. Just a momentum decision almost. The whole of the stadium plus the Indian team up, roaring, wanting that dismissal, and certainly looked like the wrong decision. And a big decision in this game.
Plays a slow, clears the boundary. There's life in this game. Imran Tahir.
Just check that.
Well, he's decided he's had too many dot balls. Let's go for a 6. And he's hit it with the turn. It's a hearty blow. It's a hefty blow into the crowd.
Last ball. Tahir will sneak the single in. 40 now needed from 10 overs. It's 208 for 8. Nine and 10 in. Morne Morkel to come. The spinners have bowled out. Aleem Dar completes the formality of that signal. Now have 5 fielders outside. I don't think Dhoni would want them. Now, Graham, how will Imran Tahir play this? Will he throw his bat? Will he knock the ball around?
I think he'll try and be positive. He's got his certain scoring areas outside that. There are not too many options. You see him try and score a lot past backward point. Very square, loves to cut. Outside that, I think he'll just try and survive and find a 1 somewhere.
We're so used to seeing South Africa bat all the way to 10, 9, 10. In this squad, out of 8, 9, 10 and 11, Imran Tahir has the highest batting average, and it's 9 point something.
And he's got a lot of not outs. It's a problem for the South African team, is their 5th bowler and the depth of their batting. It just makes it even more crucial that their top order showed a little bit of care factor. And we saw a lot of soft dismissals that have got them into this position. The wicket has shown a little bit of spin, maybe odd thing here there for the seamers, but it's hardly been a difficult wicket to bat on. The South African team chasing 250 have plenty overs to do it, but have got themselves into trouble through pressure from India, good captaincy, but a lot of their own doing. Have to take responsibility for where they sit at the moment.
Just like the way he's coming behind the line of the ball. They can see the single.
Well, every run important. Keeps the strike moving between a left-hander and a right-hander. A little bit of a misfield, and they were quick to seize on that opportunity.
Always great fun when 10 and 11 are together with runs in. The, strictly speaking, or rather 9 and 10, you don't expect 9 and 10 to win you a game, but you should be able to hang around with a bat.
It's always difficult to predict how they're going to play at these stages. Every ball in that change room, they'll be hoping and wishing that there'll be a run or a boundary somewhere. They're still a long way away with 38 to win.
India have run out of spin options though. It's going to be seam bowling all the way through. Now the last run that they took off the misfield. Watch Kagiso Rabada here. Now, no part was grounded behind the crease, and I think he even started the jump from slightly outside the crease. So if that had hit the stumps, you'd have had batsman going back.
Yes, somebody's got to explain the rules to him. He's a young man. Better to ground the bat in and then jump to avoid being hit by the throw. That's fine. 210 for 8.
Dhoni's having a long conversation with Umesh Yadav, who's got the extra pace. Should be looking to him to produce a wicket. Now this is interesting because he's got Bhuvneshwar Kumar in. Now he's bowling number 42. Mohit Sharma's got 5 left. So if it goes down, well, he's got 2 from Raina actually, so he's got a little bit of leeway there. What have we got? 3 from Bhuvneshwar, 3 from Umesh Yadav, and he needs to bowl 3 from Mohit Sharma, so he's all right with his calculation. Very wide slip. Good solid middle again from Rabada. It's been mighty impressive on this early days on this tour.
Now the problem South Africa have now with the bad decision of Bayardin losing their in batter, scoring becomes as much an issue as surviving.
Dhoni went up in appeals straight away. In fact, Dhoni takes the stumps, takes the bails off, then appeals for the catch. Now goes up in appeal.
It's almost like they were trying to get away with the wide delivery there and ended up getting something in their favour.
They're knocking it around. Tahir is at a 6. They put on 11. Do India have the bowler to blast the tail? That's when most teams have that one bowler down there, the bowler with a little extra pace, who can run in, almost scare the batsman and bowl them out.
And this situation has come about from a superb innings from MS Dhoni. If it wasn't for him today, this game would be over already. His innings proving the difference at the moment between the two teams.
There's a fielder in the deep, so just a single. India struggling in this series. Though a T20 series lost. First one-day international loss. If India can manage to win this, they just get a toe in the door. I wonder how this will affect South Africa if they don't get past the line here.
Yeah, certainly. I think a lot of those players in that change will believe it's a game they should have won. Those are often the most difficult games to overcome emotionally, mentally. Especially on a tough tour to India where length of the tour is so important. You know, they had an opportunity to go 2-0 up in this series. It's still there, but it's very much in the balance at the moment. And I think there are a lot of, as I said, a lot of players who believe that they should have won this game. If they don't, that'll hurt.
Oh, it's not a bad thing that a 250 game that's getting close. Bat versus ball game, that's the essence of our sport. Far too often you see bat versus bat, that's not fun. .213 for 8 overs left. Absolutely packed stadium here in Indore, and they've seen a wonderful match. I think with 50 overs cricket, it's got its own ebbs and flows. Match almost dead and buried, and then this man, some people thought his career was that, has risen to play an amazing innings. Now South Africa, can they knock the single there, put the pressure back on India? The plays misses a lot outside off.
Well, he's like your typical lower order batsman. He'll look to play every ball, not look to leave at any that seem to be around the off stump and leaving him. They're going to play the punch through the covers.
There were a couple of slips when he first came in. There isn't a single one now.
Well, India's record over here is pretty good. They won just about every game that they've played over here. And at the moment, they certainly look as if they're on top. 35 needed from 46. This partnership is now 13. So, long way to go. I think what Umesh Yadav needs to do is maybe pitch the ball just a little bit further. Just a little bit further. It's getting a very good angle bowling over the wicket. Bowling across the left-hander.
Oh, shot. Didn't quite get on the bat the way the first cover drive did, but he hit it in the gap quickly enough. Now they're chipping away, 31 to get.
On the up. It's a Mr. Back foot, front foot punish to the offside. Backing his eye. Boundary South Africa certainly needed just to keep ticking that score over. Keep India under pressure as well.
Push the man at mid-off to long off. He's got to pitch it up just that little bit. Hold it short. And again, he's banged it in short.
9 and 10 batting. The running's going to get a bit airy at some point. But he's not showing nerves. He's just hitting the ball.
Yes, and I think when you have the lower order batting, more chance of a run out than anything else, because they don't bat together too often. So there's very little understanding of each other's judgment or calling.
Now that'll run away to the boundary as well. And the umpire's rule runs on the bat. So this is a very valuable little 19 already from Kagiso Rabada, down to 27.
And Umesh Yadav still hasn't learned. 3 balls he's bowled short. First ball he's been punched through the covers for a boundary, and the next ball's hit very well, but no run. And now he bangs it in again short, and he's conceded 4 more runs.
Yeah, you're right, Sonny. It's an in-between length. It's neither a bouncer or a good length delivery. With the extra pace, it runs away on this fast outfield. He's really got to commit to that short ball and get it up high if he's going to use it.
No sign of a Yorker. 8 of that over. Good one for South Africa. 2-1 for 8. Can you tell, Greg, from the body language around what the teams are thinking? Because all of a sudden there's 8 or 9 people gather around the bottle of water.
Yeah, it's amazing. Everyone becomes a captain at these stages. I'd love to hear the conversation between Rabada and Imran Tahir also. It's just always an interesting time and phase of the game where you've got tail enders and 20 odd to win. It's very difficult to predict what's going to go on.
You talked as well about what this would mean to South Africa if they lose. If they get over the line from here with 9 and 10 and a bit of 11 if required, I don't think anything can lift them more than that.
It was the same in game 1. The game looked lost for them. They just hung in there and suddenly got their opportunities.
Tell you what, when there's an inside edge like that, it could do either of 2 things. Go into the stumps or creep past the keeper.
Well, he's just standing there. He's looking and waiting for the delivery outside the off stump. He's going to play on the up. He's played a couple of shots. They've gone straight to the fielder. He's connected them. But with Bhuvneshwar Kumar, who's a much slower bowler off the pitch, he's got to be just that little bit careful. Imran Tahir.
Now is there an edge? Up goes the finger. Tahir walks. Another one goes down for South Africa. Imran Tahir resolved. There's a little edge. Dhoni's picked up a 4th catch and India down. South Africa down to Morne Morkel. 2-1 for 9. Bhuvneshwar picks up the wicket. Big edge. Among the easier catches he's had to hold in his career, MS Dhoni. Gee, he's a lot more expressive today than he's been at most times in his career, Dhoni. There goes Imran Tahir for 9. It's 2:21 for 9, 27 still to get. Solid down the ground, beats Shikhar Dhawan. What a game this is. Number 11 comes out and nonchalantly hits a boundary back past the bowler.
The long, lanky figure of Morne Morkel punches it straight down the ground. It's the wicket of Imran Tahir, trying to force it through the offside. Great bit of emotion from MS Dhoni. Certainly is meaning a lot to him today.
Normally impassive.
Now Morne Morkel. The catch is taken, net slip, and India produced a famous win here. What a fine catch at slip. Mahendra Singh Dhoni has scripted an absolutely unbelievable win for India. Dead and buried and gone. When a man some people thought his career should be in ruins came out. Brilliant innings of 92. Then the bowlers have responded. And I dare say the fielders have picked up their game as well. They look back at this game, India, with a lot of joy. The cheering in the dressing room, but on the ground, extraordinary bit of emotion from Mahendra Singh Dhoni.